Alright, so, if you're asking why we're playing Spyro, get fucked, motherfucker. I don't need to explain anything. No, the reason is I'm tired of moving. I'm tired for multiple reasons. I'm tired of the physical activity of moving all of my heavy... Do you know how much dog shit I have? I have mountains of dog shit. Like, fucking mountains. It's actually mind-blowing how much dog shit I have. I should have trashed some stuff, but my inner Redditor consumer can never be completely... you know, silenced. It's brain damage.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
I do not like Spyro. I want you dead, motherfucker. Take that back now, or die, or die,
we now have
or die.
treasure.
Hold on, let me turn it up.
What about this Ganasty Gnorc character? Now I understand he's found a magic spell to
I should have
turn
paused
gems
it
into
first. Yeah, whatever. It's not like you're missing anything. I'm sorry you missed the Spyro cutscene, dude. So good.
for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork.
And now it's just not capturing. Awesome.
He has been
There we go.
contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides, he is ugly. Ugly? That does it!
He's ugly,
Looks
dude.
like I've got
Don't call him
some things
ugly.
to do.
They call me ugly, that's what I'm doing. But to Israel. Remember the game Scarlet Nexus? Anime-style action game bought on sale a while back. Decently fun combat, but my god, the amount of cutscenes, dialogue. Ooh, that's brutal.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Find dragons first. It is funny, like, how nasally Spyro sounds in this one. When they got Tom Kenny to do all the lines for the remakes, it doesn't quite sound right, you know? I'm used to Spyro 1 being just a shit. He's a shit.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Wowie zowie. Health. If this is a modern game, there'd be like a forced tutorial read, and then some bitch would be like, Focus S. Your health bar is represented by the color of bar, blah, 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 blah. Spyro's Jewish! Oh my god! Spyro's Jewish in Spyro. Spyro is Jewish in Spyro. Yeah, that represents my comprehension of the English language. Dude, wasn't that on stream? I think Devin streamed this one time. Was it the remake? And like he was failing the stage like 10 times over. That was making me spurg out. Like my inner Spyro spurg was pissed. I'm just like, this is a fucking baby game. Why are you fucking this way? You know what I mean? Like I know the route I take is like not the route, but I mean it is a baby game. How hard could it be, right? I'm no speedrunner, that's for sure. I'm curious how many times I've played this game. I wish there was some way I could track that, because I'm sure it'd be disturbing. I mean, I used to play this yearly. I probably played it multiple times a year, a few years as well. And I've already streamed this and the remake on stream, so I've streamed on stream. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm having a fried brain day today, so expect some synthetic retard. I definitely need to go to sleep on time. Look at that. How did Devin fail that? I have 36 seconds left. 36. Another thing about Scarlet Nexus, everything has a pop-up tutorial. When you try to close it, a second pop-up confirming you want to close it. Shut the fuck up, let me play. That's brutal. That's brutal. In the words of Spoonie, don't tell me how to play. Listen, I relate to every single streamer crash out, to be clear. Like, maybe when I was younger, I was like, oh my god, stop getting so mad. Honestly, no. I think I always side with the rage people. Like, I think back all the way back to even, like, the Game Grumps days. The only time I ever got mad at John and Aaron for being, like, unbelievably shit back then was, like, the Naughty Bear video and, like, I don't know, there's, like, one or two other ones where, like, they clearly don't give a single fuck about the game and make no attempt to learn the game. Those are the only times I'm mad. I feel like I have decently high tolerance for retardation, unless it's a game I'm autistically obsessed with, like this. Like, yeah, if I watch someone else play Spyro, I'll probably get tilted in 5 minutes. But I have also played this, you know, 30 times, so it's okay.
When you
Would I
free a
mod
dragon or
Spyro?
step on
Maybe.
one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Yeah, Aaron is unbelievably bad at video games, but I never... See, that's the difference between me and, like, the DSP type people. I wasn't mad because he was bad. Even a lot of times, I wasn't even mad at him blaming the game like DSP. What I was mad at is he would pretend to be some kind of expert on game design when he's completely dog shit at video games. That's the shit where I'm just like, have some self-awareness, you fucking retard.
This fancy vortex thingamajigger, it'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
Whoops. I love video games, the secrets and shit like this. I think a big problem with modern game design, and I'm sure I've talked about this 100 times already, but it's way more clear when you play games with small levels. Everything, the sense of scale of modern games is completely fucked. Like, everything is way too big. I think sandbox games completely corrupted the design of every other genre of video game. I'm not sure what happens. Like, if you play, like, probably one of the... I know I talk about Dark Souls every stream because I have brain damage and I love Dark Souls, but there's a lot of areas in Dark Souls where things are really fucking cramped and the sense of scale is weirdly small. And the only reason it stands out is because it has, you know, a pseudo-real, like, slightly realistic art style, right? I mean, it's still fantasy, but, you know, like, the humanoids are more realistic and less stylized. But that's just how most old games were designed. Like, things are supposed to be small, because giant empty land masses are boring and don't feel handcrafted.
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
Like, a big criticism you'll see of a lot of FPS games, at least older ones, is when they're corridor shooters. And the only reason that's bad is when it's in the most literal interpretation, where it actually is just hallway after hallway after hallway, then it is bad. But there's nothing inherently wrong with tight areas if that's, like, the purpose of the encounter design. Like, if the game is purposely trying to funnel you into a hallway so it can, like, have enemies that snipe you from the other end of the hall, or they throw grenades into the hall, or maybe they flood a bunch of dudes into a room after the hallway and you have to back up into the hallway so that you can gun them all down. Like, something like that, right? I don't think hallways are bad. If the alternative is giant, huge landmass with nothing in it, then hallways like 10 times better than that. I don't know. It sucks that, like, I think collectively, most people agree game journalists are stupid and dog shit and you should never listen to them. But a lot of the things that they came up with still pervade in game discussion, right? Like a lot of ideas that they started, people take seriously probably because they don't even realize where they came from. I gotta double check up here before I go grab the treasure chest. It's so easy to miss a couple gems. Yeah, I like this one. I don't remember how many gems are in the hole. I guess we'll find out. What was the thing holding the egg? It was a thief, dude, wearing a basically a fucking burqa. Shit. It's crazy how the remake turned this dude into like a gay tattoo artist, like lumberjack. That's the one I showed in the video not that long ago. Alright, how many gems? Yeah, I got them all. Nice. Let's go.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
Yeah, I saw on my homepage that Gerby made a video on that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to see it. Gerby. I never knew as a kid you could just leave the level and it saved all your stuff. It was turned to a gay, the dragon. That generic blue dragon got, I showed it in
Hey,
the
Spyro,
Summer
press the
Game
jump
Fest
button
video.
Twice to glide, and don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers.
Oh, that.
People have already asked me about GTA 6 pricing. Oh, that is $80. I guess it could be worse. There were rumors it was gonna be $100 like 2 or 3 years ago. Because there was like, I think it was Jewish investors. Yes, I'm inserting Jewish. I don't know for a fact. Who cares? We know I'm right anyway. But Jewish investors like, oh, it should cost $100. And it's just like, so it being 80 is, I guess, the best case scenario. Obsessed with Jews? Yeah, I mean, what channel do you think you're on right now? The guy with the name Schizophrenic Shrimp. I'm pretty sure you are too. Because he is Jewish. Yeah, Jews are schizophrenic. A lot of them, that's true. The incest babies. Yeah, to get the deluxe gay ass homo edition, it is 100. Yeah, that's true. The thing is, isn't it literally just skins? Like, it's nothing. I remember back. I know everything's a slippery slope when it comes to monetization. That's a no-brainer. But I mean, I remember back when deluxe editions were a thing. It was basically you're just pre-ordering the expansion pass with the game. Right? That was the first version of deluxe editions. And that just turned into cosmetics for $10.
Use the L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
In order to access certain stores, you have to buy the deluxe. Oh my god. You know, it's funny. So this is something I'll mention now, and you guys will have to remind me later, because I might forget, because I'll be so tired by the end of the stream. I wanted you guys to give me some suggestions. I was thinking of, since the strange Sneed and Feed video bombed beyond belief, which I'm not saying I'm surprised. I actually knew that was going to happen. That's why I was wary about making the video, you know, 2 weeks ago. But I was thinking maybe it's time to do the biggest gaming disappointments videos. You could say that maybe it's a good idea to wait until GTA 6, but I actually kind of already incorporated that because I was writing like a semi-script for it earlier today when I had some free time. And I was basically just like, I don't give a fuck about GTA 6, Half-Life 3 is never happening, and new IPs are all dog shit, so I might as well make this video. That's basically what I wrote in my notes. It's like, yeah, that's more or less what I would say. I was in kind of like a... My issue with writing scripts is sometimes I'll just write it too robotic, but that time I wrote it in the style of how I talk, so it worked out pretty well. Keep forgetting to ask you, did you have to bully Devin and Air Riders while playing as a brown Kirby? Well, I'm brown. I'm showing my Italian heritage. 30K for Strange Seed is as good as it gets. I mean, I might have got some new eyes on the game. I mean, most likely I did, because if you combine, like, all the unique viewers on the stream, 30,000 is way more, right? Like, if I had to guess, I'd say between 10 and 15,000 unique people watched the 2 streams, you know? So double that is good. That's good. Or more than double, even, depending on what number it is.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, thank you for releasing me. At least the remake did record extra lines for a few of those dragons. There we go, got all the gems. Impressive they moved to a house that looks exactly like the old house. Yeah, I know. If you want a fool, is there a type of autism for house blindness? Like, we got face blindness, but maybe house blindness is a type of autism too. All you have to do is move one shelf, and then you're like in a new house. That's funny. Did I sell everything because the Strange Seed video bombed? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Gather the gems, not the crystals. Embryo. That's on the street begging for money. Listen, video bombing is not that important. Like, it's better that one video bombs than no video be released for a month. You know what I mean? I mean, neither one is good for a channel. But I'd say most of the time, channels going into a death spiral is because of consistently declining views over a long period of time. Or just channel inactivity. So that's why Devin needs to get back to work, because like doing nothing is probably the worst possible thing you could do. But having a bunch of videos that bomb is also bad. So that's why I think talking about the greatest gaming disappointments is a good next video, because I think almost everyone who watches my videos would be interested in seeing that list.
Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
Tier and KPX, I think that was just a rumor that wasn't substantiated. But I'm sure the pre-orders are insane. They gotta be crazy high, but that sounds too high, honestly. I mean, there's literally... I know... literally everything has to be culture war, mental illness bullshit, and yes, I realize the irony of me saying that. but GTA 6 was always going to be successful. There's no universe where GTA isn't successful. I think everyone under like darker than a certain skin pigmentation is gonna buy that game.
Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, Crimer status symbol. It could be the worst game ever, but would still be the most successful game of all time. Yeah, basically. The only way that it might, that GTA 5 might beat it is that GTA 5 had the greatest consistent lifetime sales, I think, of any video game. So, like, if GTA 6 ends up disappointing, let's just say even 15% of potential, like, buyers who could influence further people from not purchasing the game, it might not be as successful as 5, you know? And obviously, if we're talking about pure cashola, obviously, how GTA Online does is way more important, right? Because GTA Online was bringing billions of dollars in microtransactions. So if the new GTA Online sucks, then there's no way it can be as successful as 5's was, you know? I think my earliest game memory was playing this on Christmas with my grandma, watching me run directly into an invisible wall and getting bounced back over and over. The little wave effect is amusing. I do like how they handled that. My theory for why the game will lack a physical release is to prevent refunds because they have no confidence in the quality of the game. Okay, I doubt that last part. The game, it depends on your definition of quality. I forgot to go back to the treasure chest.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot
The lock
be charged.
chest.
But a quick flame, that should defeat them.
Wowie zowie. There's no way you could have figured that out at the end of the level where you have to, you know, use fire on the fat fucks. I botched. Baby Brain was having a great time looking at awesome graphics. These are awesome graphics. Look at this. This is pure Kino. Every background in Spyro 1 is like a fucking painting. Which is part of why the remake, you know, is such a downgrade in visuals. Because they cheaped out. Like, some of the backgrounds are so good in this game. They're probably crunching so fucking hard on the game that they need all the time they can get, so maybe the game won't even go gold before release. I mean, hasn't it been in development 10 billion years? I know that doesn't matter when you hire incompetent fucks, especially like the amount of places that still work from home. Apparently, I don't know, I probably should have verified this, but Devin said that Jagex, you know, the developers of RuneScape, are still working from home? What the fuck? Why? What type of retardation is this?
Cool, Flash. Do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal behind me. You can challenge him now, if you feel you are ready.
Play Ripto's Rage like an actual man you should. I'm playing the better game. With wisdom and experience, you realize simplicity is king when it comes to video games. Now, I'm not going to be an arcade pretentious... Okay, never mind. I feel like I keep throwing digs at people who don't deserve it. You guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about anyway, but some of you do, but... like, pretending to be like an arcade supremacist because of some gay-ass shit about gameplay density is really retarded. But, you know, that aside, I don't even have to kill them this way. You can just fire and then jump fire. I love how the dogs, like, they try to jump on top of you. They don't bite you. They jump on top of you. It's just goofy. One thing I hate about my favorite genre nowadays, survival horror, is that most of the time there's a female protagonist. I mean, the excuse is probably that, you know, it's easier to get scared when you're playing as a woman versus a man. But in reality, most survival horror games aren't scary to begin with, so it doesn't really make sense. I mean, I know you know, it's highly subjective what finds you scary. But the actual survival ones, you end up usually killing at least 100 monsters over the course of the game. How scared could you be?
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
Oh, now the game audio is loud? Yeah, hold on. This song in particular is louder than most of the other ones. I don't know why. You're about to see the power of Spyro 1 bosses. Wowie zowie. How is he controlling the arms? Maybe there was other sheep in there and you kill a sheep every time you hit him with fire. Dude, moving sucks. Mega ultra cock, I'm just telling you. The problem is I've had to either move myself, my mother, I had to move my dad last year. Jesus Christ. I don't even want to know how many times I've either had to move or helped people move. It's too many fucking times. I'm tired of it. I love the art style of these PS1 games. I felt a remake such as Combat Devolved really ruined the game experience. Yeah, the sad thing is, like, even like the indie games that try and recapture the PS1 or N64 aesthetic don't really do it right either. I don't know why. Maybe it's just really hard. Maybe because you actually need talent, and there's no talent these days.
Spyro. Look how our treasure has been turned against us and stolen. Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Yep, treasure good. Give me money now. These guys make such great sound effects. Yeah, people mention jumping flash. I'm gonna change some things up when I move. I'm gonna finally do a bunch of the shit that I said I was gonna do for years. Like, get a soundboard. Like, I'm getting a fucking soundboard. I'm probably gonna figure out a VR setup. I just want to try some VR slop. Some stuff is gonna probably take a little while because, Well, let's just say I'm happy that I saved up so much money because my wallet is getting raped. I missed. Got him. That works. I'm definitely not doing VR chat. Hell no.
Thank you for releasing me.
Is there a VOD channel? There is an unofficial VOD channel. I don't remember. I think there's actually more than one. There's like Synthetic Man Streams. There's one. I think there's another one. There's at least another one, isn't there? Yeah, I need to upgrade my graphics card too. I already explained my issue though. Like my motherboard has a fucked release lever for the graphics card, and I gotta figure out a way to not break it and also get the graphics card out. I am gonna do that.
Is that you,
though.
Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since
I like
you're
how
a
he
wee
scratches
puppy
his
smoke,
like
we've
nose
known
horn with the
that.
wing.
You've known?
Ah, I forget.
That's gonna be me, dude. I'm just talking about something for like 10 seconds, forget what I'm talking about, and then I'm out. I'm leaving. Boomer synth mode. Yeah, gonna be. I mean, I have done it before. I'm sure someone could make a stream compilation of all the times I just forget about what the hell I'm talking about in the middle of it. Yeah, I can't believe I'm spending money. Well, it's unavoidable. I wouldn't if I had a choice. Hello, is being a dragon woke? I don't know, is being a scaly woke? Someone asked a ranged tumor. I honestly shouldn't have come this direction first, because I'm gonna have to come back here with the key. Purple. If I'm touching PS3 360 era games, I should play Enslaved, Odyssey of the West. Yeah, I think people have suggested that before. Yes, lizards are ugly too. And there you go. We got the answer.
Gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
Why didn't I like the Spyro remake? No, I thought it was fine, actually. It's ironic, given all the remakes I hate, I couldn't really bring myself to hate the Spyro remakes, if only because, like... Even though the only sin it truly commits is the aesthetic, which is a big one. That's a big one. But at least the game, like, plays, I'd say, 90% the same. There are definitely some control differences, but... It's so... This guy, they turned to a fat fetish guy in the remake. He has a big belly and he shakes his big belly.
Vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled, with a pinch of salt.
And he's out. Mid-sentence, he's out. Yeah, what the fuck? I know. Oh, I know. Yeah, I said what the fuck a lot. You know, there's people... This is years ago. Probably my first year of streaming. There was years ago people gaslighting me about the remake dragons being gay furries. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, who are you lying to? Who are you lying to? Because you ain't even lying to me. You lying to yourself. Where's the campfires and vast open world with landmarks? Yeah, I know. You know, when I play Spyro, I'm like, where's the open world? You know, this really could use an open world. There's a lot of people, I guess it depends on which side of the aisle you're on, but it's either doomer or extremely white pill. A lot of people are coping that the game crash is finally coming. And the thing is, by my definition, I don't think it's coming, but there might be, you know, an even more drastic downsizing in the future. That might be true. Nice, let's go. Yeah, game recession. A big downsizing of a bunch of major studios. I mean, Xbox has already done that a bunch of times. What Xbox is doing right now is what EA did, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe less than 10 years ago. And that's not a gaming crash. That's literally just, they're cutting all the fat. The fat they purchased in the first place, by the way. I love this. This is great. Oh, it's not this one, I don't think. Is it this one? Yeah, there you go. Die. I think movies are in a better place than games. Hell no. Hell no. To be fair, though, I'm not exactly speaking from experience because I haven't seen a modern movie release in theaters in like 5 years. Well, less than 5. I guess I saw, the last movie I saw in theaters was Deadpool and Wolverine. That's the last movie I saw in theaters. And that was the only movie I saw in theaters that year as well. So, I don't know. I fucking... I don't know, man. Go watch Supergirl and get back to us? I don't know. Do I really want to subject myself to that? I did see James Gunn's Superman on streaming. And I already talked about it on stream when I saw it, I'm pretty sure. But just the fact that they tried to turn it into like his parents wanted him to take over the planet, which he should have done. Take over the planet and breed the Foids. Women wouldn't even be mad about that. That's the least believable part of the movie.
Flame won't harm metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
As woken goy sloppy as games are, movies are somehow twice as bad. Yeah, movies are so fucking bad that I genuinely don't understand how people watch them. Like, I was, my mom was watching season 3 of House of the Dragon came out. It's literally like, I didn't even say anything crazy. I was just being cheeky. I'm like, so did all these black people die before Game of Thrones, or what happened? And my mom's like, no, there were a bunch of black people in Game of Thrones, weren't there? And I'm like, no, there weren't. I literally watched Game of Thrones with my mom, and she somehow gaslit herself. You like how they slap you and it does no damage? I like that. Look at that. Get bitch slapped, Spyro. Yeah, in the Sand Kingdom, literally where, you know, round people would be. So, if you, I don't know if any of you guys have seen House of the Dragon, but not only do they make, like, the Targaryens are like these gross mudoid creatures, and not in like the old royalty. See, this is where leftists are always disingenuous. They're like, actually, royalty were all incest babies, and yeah, okay, but not with other races, retard. But anyway, sorry, had to get that out of the way in case there's a lurking subhuman. It was because we know they like to come to these streams to be faggots. I just had to get that out of the way. Anyway, so not only did they do that, but like every scene, and I only watched about 10 minutes, but every scene had a random African in it for no reason. There was a scene where it was some retard was talking about wanting to be a knight so that he gets a castle or something, and of course the black guy schools him and is like, no, retard, you know, all you get is a horse, you don't get a castle. Can't believe this white retard didn't know that. Me, smart black man, you know, I know. I'm reading into it. Oh, I'm reading into it. No, that's clearly what they were doing. The fucking cum guzzle central, capital of cum guzzling. That's exactly what was happening. I'd like to know if you're considering the idea of multi-streaming to other platforms. Maybe. I don't know. That sounds like efforts. Sounds like efforts. I'm not the Foyd who's gonna read 5 billion comments in 2 seconds. In fact, I can't even read, remember? I don't even know how. Like, if I multi-stream, there's a chat getting ignored. I don't know which one, but one of them. I don't know how that didn't hit me. I fucking just ninja dodged that shit. I feel like so much of what I like about video games is shaped by this game. It's insane. Like, I just really love finding little secret areas in games and picking up random trash off the ground.
The highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind
there, that general direction. I don't have fingers. They couldn't model, there weren't enough polygons for fingers, so look at where I'm pointing. Like, what I'm talking about specifically, obviously, like, almost every level in the game is something like this, but, like, gliding over here, you know, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. That's exactly what I sound like at 5 years old, by the way. That's a one-to-one impression. Always love games with fun movement like Spyro, Jack and Daxter, Mario 64, yeah. Yeah, since I'm having those simple flips videos on my second monitor, I'm slowly psyoping myself to try Mario 64 ROM hacks. So I might do that soon. There we go, we did it. A lot of childhood games of mine were movie license games because my parents assumed if I liked the film, I'd also like the game. Damn, that's brutal, dude. I'm sorry. That's what I picture in my head every time people are like, games are actually better than they used to be, okay? Old games are shit, you're just nostalgic. Every time people say that, I picture you were one of those kids who grew up with, like, the fucking Shrek games or Chicken Little. I've seen Zoomers are actually, dude, the fucking Twitter thing. There's like some fucking tweet that got like a fuck ton of likes. I was like, dude, the Chicken Little game's actually fire, for real. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Hi, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
Is this game my Jewish awakening with all the gem collecting? Yes, this is single-handedly what awakened clearly my Italian Ashkenazi Jew genetics deep down. Yeah, there honestly, but this is the other part of that argument, is that a mid-movie licensed slop game is actually better than probably about half of modern game releases, which is actually, like, that doesn't sound real. That sounds like hyperbole, but honestly, just, if we're not, well, yeah, actually, I would say by any reasonable metric, that's probably true. Like, if you include indie slop, like, there's 10 billion indie slop games. I saw a statistic that, remember Jeff Keighley said there was like 9,000 games released on Steam last year. Well, guess what? 6,000 of those games made less than $100 to pay for the Steam, like, storefront fee. 6,000 out of 9,000 didn't make $100.
Wait until you grow big.
That's dog shit. That's worse than Chicken Little, Ratatouille. Any of those fucking licensed games are better than the 6,000 Steam trash. Let's be real. Like, that's just, I think that's just a fact. Old games better than modern indie games. Yeah, I mean, that's the sad thing. Like, that was, like I said, since I was writing, like, a little bit of a pseudo script for the most disappointing games list, I was just like, don't expect to see a lot of indie games on this list because you'd be an idiot to have any expectations for most indie games. You know what I mean? Because, like, if we're talking about disappointment, to be disappointed, you have to have expectations. And my only expectations for indie games are the same as for any game. So by that logic, every game would be a disappointing game since they don't meet my basic expectations. You know what I mean? Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is actually extremely good. That's probably the best movie license game. When I streamed that, I was like, I can't believe how good this is. Like, because sometimes people hype up shit a little bit too much about old games. But, like, when I played the Spider-Man 2 game, I'm like, oh, actually, this is exactly as good as people said it was. Like, yeah, I mean, it's not a flawless game, but I think it was just fun from start to finish. So, like, even just delivering pizza was fun because the controls were that good. Yeah, I'll have to play Simpsons Hit and Run at some point. I'll probably rage at that. When will I stop avoiding Ice Age 2, The Meltdown for the PS2? Listen, I've been avoiding everyone's favorite game if it's not one of the obviously good video games.
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor. And in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Slippery. I played any of the Siren games. I think I played one of them that was on PS3 that was on PS Plus or something, and I didn't like it. Yeah, a few guys have told me about PsyOps. Yeah, the Mindgate conspiracy. Did I ever play Web of Shadows? Yes, I also streamed Web of Shadows. It's too bad that game is so unfinished, because it would have been really fucking good if it was finished. Like, you can just tell. Like, there's so many things in that game that are cool, but then there's so many parts of that game where it's like, this is just an unfinished mess. But yeah, I streamed through Web of Shadows. I'm I'm pretty sure we did evil. I feel like every time I stream a game, I have to pick evil. Because if you think about it, if we're not even considering entertainment value, chances are, if you've played the game before and only one time, you picked good. Like, even chuds usually pick good, right? People just want to be good, and usually video games incentivize you to be good. So if I'm going to stream the game, I might as well do evil so some people can see some new stuff. And it's usually more entertaining.
Thank you for releasing me.
Wow, he's out. That, like, surfs up. The movie, yeah, I think it was alright. This is another part where I just, like, mind blown as a kid that they'd have, like, half the level behind a secret cave. Now, obviously, to a grown-ass man, that's not very secret. I think it looked extremely obvious that you can jump on those. But as a kid, if this is one of the first games you've ever played, I don't know. It's just mind-blowing. And the thing is, we live in Idiocracy now, so you'd have to put yellow paint on those things for people to even know you could jump on them. So I don't know. It's fucking... Why haven't I made gaming is dying and retards are killing it? I should have. Maybe there's still time. Should I write that down? I don't know. Because, like, the problem is, like, I have to lean into the meta of me being the son of DSP for the joke, because obviously DSP is the answer confirmed by Sony Santa Monica anyway. It just seems like somehow it's tied into DEI though, because like there's no way every fucking company at the same time decides, oh yeah, we're gonna just put fucking gross ass yellow paint on every object. Like there's like 20 different developers who all did that at the same time.
Some dragons thought you weren't ready.
That's not just because of DSP.
We're wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
Sorry, we only had enough budget for 10 seconds of dialogue. That conversation will never be finished. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Missing 3 gems, chat. Oh. Never mind. We're good. Damn, this has to be my best record yet for getting all the shit. We haven't had to run all the way around a level yet. I've just played this game too many times. The TISM is too strong. It's going by instinct. It's not even by memory. It's completely by instinct. The secrets are by memory, obviously, but specifically looking in every little nook and cranny is instinct. These dragons are distinctly lacking in personality. They should be fat, gassy, tattoo artist freaks. That should do it. That's why that is it sad that's in like my top 3 concerns for Spyro 4. I mean, number 1 is obviously open world. Like that's the worst thing that could happen. But probably like number 3 concern is they turn it into gay furry bait too much. That would hurt me a lot. I mean, there's straight furries there too, obviously, but they're kind of like the bad kind. Like, you look at Tawna, right? Because Toys for Bob did Spyro 4. Like, you look at the new Tawna Bandicoot, and it's like, this is some Tumblrista feminist, like, lesbian bitch or something. So that's not straight furry, that's lesbian. But you get the point. You look at Allura, right, in Spyro 2, and she looks like some weird, like, DreamWorks mutant furry thing instead of her just being a fawn like she was supposed to be. I guess they didn't want a human in the Spyro universe because like the upper half of her would be human if it was actually like what it was intended to be. But they turned into this, you know, like pseudo Kumbait. Like it's not Kumbait literally, but it's like they tried to make her fuckable Which is like, why would you do this? This is a children's cartoon. Fuck you. Not everything has to be for jerking off. And the worst part is, then they try to deflect that onto me. But me, I know the difference. Like, children's media should not have, you know, Rule 34 material. Like, you can make Rule 34 out of anything. That's the point of the rule. But purposely leaning into fan artists is fucked. What is wrong with you? Buddha Man turns a new leaf. Truly. I mean, to be fair though, like, all the Coomer memes aside, I was never proud at any point of that stuff. If you actually go back to any of the old streams, I never, ever, ever said it was a good thing. And never will say it's a good thing.
This guy thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I'll tell you one thing. He should watch his back.
Wowie zowie. All that, and he doesn't actually say anything. You know what I mean? He doesn't talk, so how does he say... All right. I actually forgot how this boss works. That's funny. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. First phase, he just walks to your position. The second phase is when he turns, and then third phase, you jump over him swinging. Now I remember. Yeah. Let's see. I just forgot. There we go. Again, that's the power of Spyro on bosses. Wowie zowie, 1 purple. I know that adds up to 300, but I'm just gonna see the spinning text real quick. There we go. The enemies in this game are so fucking massive. Yeah, I like that practice. I like that practice. People get too teasmo about it. Like, you know, people are acting like it was a huge revelation. Like, dude, why are the enemies so big in the Souls games? It's like, so you can see them telegraph their attacks. They're the same size as you. A lot of the animations, you know, it can be hard to tell what they're actually doing. Especially if their designs are too complex. Blight levels. If they basically in Spyro 4 turn this into like open world collectibles, I guess that wouldn't be too bad, you know? I know they want to use flight as a general purpose travel mechanic, but I hate that. I hate the idea of that dearly, but regardless, I think it would be okay if it was just used for this kind of stuff. Like, if the flight levels were incorporated into the levels themselves, then it wouldn't be so bad. Spyro 2 is the best bosses. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty low bar, but I would agree, yeah. Spyro 3 is the best one. You don't even believe that.
Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Every Spyro 3 truther is a LARPer.
And collect the treasure.
Spyro 3 is noticeably the worst one. The only people who think Spyro 3 is the best one are the people who started with Spyro 3, and we have a word for that. It's called subhumans. If you, like, your parents hated you. That, oh my God, Jesus. Okay, there we go. Got it. That's not supposed to be hard. Spyro 3 is better than 2. No, it isn't. I guarantee all the people who think 3 is better than 2 or 1 haven't even played it in like 20 years. Like, the minigame characters are so fucking bad. Actually, just the minigames, period, are even worse than 2's. I think genuinely everything about 3 is worse than 1 and 2. Except the soundtrack in 3 is better than 2. That is true. 2 only has maybe 5 or 6 really good tracks. In 1, every single one is a banger. Like, this game, the whole soundtrack is like my fucking childhood. And 3 has some good ones. 3 I'd say about half of the soundtrack's good. We did it. We got all the treasure. Alright, I'm gonna go grab some water. Then I'll read the super chats. I'm assuming dinner exists, but I'm not even really that hungry. Maybe I'll just eat later. I object. Why are... I don't understand. Like, what's the argument behind 3 being better than 2? Like, everything 3 added is worse. It's just a worse version of 2, honestly. Like, I just don't get it. The minigames are worse. All the additional characters objectively make the game worse. Yep, I said the word objective. Get fucked. I don't know. How is 3 better than 2? I don't get it. Minigames are worse too? No. I like the characters way more. I'm sorry about your autism. 3 is more memorable? Yeah, memorably bad. I remember how horrible it is. Just like all the slop games I've played over the past 6 years. Very memorable, but I hate them all. Because they're spurg low IQ and think variety is better. Yeah, I mean, I am so anti-minigame pilled. I was never the type of guy that thinks strong core gameplay needs to be broken up by gimmicks. I've never believed that, ever. If you do believe that, what happens? You get Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong 64 is the pinnacle of that dog shit game design philosophy. Alright, I'll be back. J.I., thanks to 10 Australian. Don't think we're not onto you and your connection to noted China shill, Lord Frogmire. Show us the contracts you signed. Listen, you know, Devin need the money, I guess. I don't know. What Devin needs to do is make videos. He needs to get back to that. I have good news. Actually, it's not good news. It might sound like good news. The good news is... Oh, wait, I told you about this already. I told you guys he, like, slipped down the stairs, right? So that's horrible. But the good news, the silver lining, is that, now the pain has moved from his vocal cords to his back, and he can talk again. Which is very bizarre. But yeah, he can talk. He can talk now.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
I think I did last stream explain he slipped down the stairs, right? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. If you didn't hear that last time, basically he was going down the stairs in the morning with socks, and he slipped down one of the steps. He caught himself, and when he caught himself, his entire like upper back like popped and gave him like a crazy amount of pain, and so he had like vertigo. He tried to walk, and then he slipped and like the lower half of his back popped, And so now, you know, his spine is just fucked, which is great right before moving. Which he would have already had issues helping move anything heavy anyway, but now it's really fucked. So it's gonna be up to me and my dad, basically, to pick up any of the heavy stuff. Yeah, he's Mr. Glass. That's what I said. What I said last time is he's Mr. Glass from Unbreakable. These things actually scared me as a child, like unironically, these dudes. Because like my brain is like, what the fuck even is that? You know what I mean? Like 5-year-old me is like, oh, that thing is scary. I don't even know what that is. But like every enemy in this game, it's not a threat. So I don't know. I'm so scared of falling down the stairs. Your life could be over in a second with one mistake. Yeah, man, how many old people die from falling down the stairs? Probably a lot.
Spyro, you're not afraid of those big, noisy, gigantic, awful beasts, are you?
Of course not.
I didn't think so.
I sincerely doubt Turkey Tom is more of a subhuman than the Critical, because the latter unironically said Devo 7 First Light is a good video game. I feel like that's the least of my issues with Critical, is him saying that. Like, I don't know, the Critical Sneeko shit, again, if the internet was organic and real and not full of subhumans, that should have been, like, maybe not career-ending, but it should have definitely permanently damaged Critical's reputation. Because, like, not only has Sneeko, like, said a million retarded-ass, like, subhuman things, but, like, he's obviously not very intelligent. So the fact that Critical wasn't even ready for that shit is such a bad look. But again, nothing on the internet is fucking real. Everything is fake and gay. Almost actually died there. I got nervous. Dead internet theory is real, but for the wrong reason, you know? Everyone thought it would be because of chat bots, and that is still true, but it's not like, that's just a small piece of the pie. Obviously, way before chatbots, it was just Indians shilling shit and astroturfing to create consensus on nonsense. But we've just reached idiocracy. We're like, you have to understand, there's so many... If you look at, like, the countries that are using the internet, like, what are the ones that have risen the most in, like, the past 10 years? It's like India, Brazil... These are the fucking people you're talking to online. Is it any wonder all you read is retarded shit all the time? It's genuinely just... I don't know. It's so fucked.
Oh, thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, and if you're reading Chinese shit, it's usually just... I don't know. It definitely never sounds like a person on the other side. Like, I don't know, man. The funny thing is, I'm not even the type of guy who goes out of his way to be racist. It just keeps happening. Like, I don't know how, but it's just like the world is forcing me to be extremely racist. You know? Like, it's not even a choice. It's just, oh, I'm noticing that it's always noticing. That's why the left is literally anti-noticing. Anti-notice patterns. Believe what you're told. Argentina hates blacks. China owns 360,000 acres of American landmass. That's... Yeah, that's... I mean, everything is fucked, man. Like, the thing is, that's what I've heard. I don't even know what to call this. Is this the libertarian crowd? I have no idea. But I've heard, like, the cold take, we'll call it that, that the reason why there's so much woke leftist garbage is because China was funding it to weaken Oh yeah, I think I heard fucking what's his face, Razorfist say this, where it's just like he thinks the woke shit is like China. I don't know if he still says this, but he said it at one point years ago. It's like that is definitely part of the component to like not only weaken Western Western values, and the other theory was to make game companies basically completely fucking worthless so they could just take over. Like, I'm sure that's part of it, but that's just completely putting into... Well, first of all, you're ignoring the JQ, which is always the answer to everything. Which I just can't... I can't abide by that. That's an unforgivable crime. The JQ is always the answer number one. But... the thing is, like... American values were already eroded way before that by actual communism and not Chinese communism. Like, we're talking, you know, Mr. Goldberg style communism. So, I honestly don't know if China weakening things further really is making as much of a dent in this as people would have you believe. Like, if China took over the game industry, would that even make anything worse? Like, it's already so bad. I have no idea what difference... Like, games... That's the funny thing. Like, I think of Chinese games. What do I think of? I think of extremely derivative slop. Alright, what do I think of when I think of Western games? Extremely derivative slop, but it's woke. Oh, okay. Well, big difference. I don't know. Like, originality's fucking dead. There's no talent. No talent. China had a few big Jewish advisors. Yeah, I heard about that as well. You know. Better China than Israel. Yeah, you know, ideally it would be neither. I don't... Why do I have to choose between, like, the demon and the monster or whatever? Or the horde of bugs, whatever you want to say in this analogy.
Begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent.
Go ahead, try it.
Supercharge. It's just bizarre to me that this mechanic is barely used in the sequels. I guess just because Spyro 2, that... I know I was doing my shit on Spyro 3 routine, but I think I will agree if we're not counting minigame shit and playing as the other dog shit characters, that Spyro 2 does have more boring level design than Spyro 3. Like, Spyro 3 actually has more gliding stuff. Like, there's a few levels in Spyro 3 that could actually fit in Spyro 1. Again, minus the minigames. But Spyro 2, for some reason, had, like, so many flat levels and not that many, like, abysses to fall into.
Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
In fact, 85 to 90% of the foreigners helping the Chinese at the time of the communist takeover were Jewish. This included the daughter of the founder of the brokerage firm Goldman Sachs. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, there's like... I don't know. There's no point preaching to the choir for the millionth time. My point is, like, when people try and divert the conversation to China, I just think, like, their country is gonna suffer an even bigger demographic collapse than most of the Western ones. So, at the end of the day, everyone loses except Israel, right? And whatever Israel vassal states there will be, which, you know, there's always... Like you look at BRICS, right? Like the whole BRICS World Economic Forum thing. When they're done milking Europe and America and all that shit dry, they're just gonna do that to, you know, Brazil, Russia, India, China, what was it, South Africa was the last one or whatever. Well, South Africa is gonna be hard because all the white people will be dead by then, I think. But but the point is, those are the next world superpowers that they would want. At least one of those. Well, they want to turn to a world superpower to milk that dry before they than parasite some other country.
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong, like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
Yeah, I hate those bugs. I hate these bugs. Whoa, Spyro, hold on. Wait a minute, Spyro. Wait a minute. Are you being racist, Spyro? Spyro would definitely, I mean, I know you can argue that Nintendo games just inherently are gonna have way more tism, because, like, I don't, maybe this is just completely unrelated. Completely. I don't know, I'll try and give the less schizo take first before I move on to the other one. But you could say the reasonable reason that, like, Nintendo has so much autism is just because, like, basically the vast majority of their library was dedicated to children's games, whereas, like, on PlayStation you had everything, you know. You had rated E, you had rated T, you had rated M, you had all the whole range, right? You know, with a PlayStation, you could simultaneously grow up with Spyro and Crash, Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, you know, games like this that appeal to different demographics. But if you bought Nintendo, you probably grew up with Nintendo, right? It's not that rated M games didn't exist, like GoldenEye, right? Shit like that, but it's just that for the most part, you were with the baby games, and then Nintendo stuck with the baby games, whereas PlayStation gradually grew up with its audience. Like, if you look at the mascot platforms of the PS2, they were obviously designed around the kids who grew up with Spyro and Crash getting a little bit older, so they move on to Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. And of course, you know, Sucker Punch joins the mix with Sly Cooper. So, you know, obviously you have, like, this eternal... Where am I going with this point? Why was I talking about autism and Nintendo? What am I talking about? What? Hold on. What the fuck am I talking about right now? There's some broader point. I got way too lost in the sauce. I told you guys I'm sleep deprived today and tired from moving. Too much moving. Yeah, 30-year-old dementia. It's over. Oh, I remember now. So basically, I was gonna go on this whole point about why, like, people are way more tismy and obsessed with, like, Nintendo properties as adults. And you can make, like, the Disney adult connection, of course. But I was gonna say, like, you know, if you played Mario 64 as a kid, then a few years later you play Sunshine, a few years later you play Galaxy, you just keep playing that shit, and, like, it builds, like, this, you know, ultra brand loyalty, eternal nostalgia thing. So then as an adult, what do? Like, you replay Mario 64, you love it, but there is another component. So what I was gonna say is, what Super Mario 64 has in, like, certain older games is they have, like, unintentional advanced mechanics. Like, well, sometimes it is intentional. But, you know, I'll watch videos, like, when I was listening to a million Super Smash Bros. Melee videos, you know, there's, like, a lot of shit that was either intentional or unintentional that obviously made it an accidentally extremely demanding competitive game. Super Mario 64 has, like, a decent amount of movement mechanic shit that facilitates speed running. There we go, got all 500. So we don't even have to compare.
Try combining supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
Yeah, you say as I did the whole thing. Fuck you. I already 100% eat shit. So Spyro 2 has a, like, glide double jump thing that people use to, like, clip their walls and stuff. but I think that's like the only... There might be other advanced movement mechanics, but I think that's like the only interesting one. I need to get the key first. But... Dude, I really am going Unk Brain mode. I was just gonna say, like, it's a combination of the TISM for Nintendo and unintentional, like, advanced mechanics stuff that led people to, like, basically be obsessed with Mario 64 to this day, to the point where you got all these ROM hacks and stuff. Because it's like, you know, you take something like Super Mario Galaxy, well, I guess also simpler games are much easier to mod as well, right? But it doesn't just count for, like, Nintendo versus Sony shit. I also think, like, you look at Banjo-Kazooie is a fairly well-liked game, but so much of that game is contextual and doesn't really allow for player freedom of, you know, high skill ceiling stuff. Dude, I really am boomer rambling about nothing. Like, I feel like there was originally 5 minutes ago some kind of grand point I was gonna come to, and then it was gone. It was gone and it's not coming back. I don't know. Advanced movement mechanics are cool, but I don't like it when they are not... Well, it's fine if they're a glitch and not intended. Obviously, that's not going to be reflected in game design. But I don't like when... This is something I have a problem with indie 3D platformers, where a lot of them will have advanced mechanics that are not, like, glitchy. They're completely intentional. But then the level design barely facilitates, like, that much power that the game gives you. Again, Hell Pie was the ultimate example. Where at Hell Pie, you could, like, do a million different things to, like, just fly through the air, practically. And you could beat the entire fucking game, like, without half the upgrades easily. So it's like, what's even the point of letting me swing through the air 3 times, glide, you know, do, like, backflips and side flips and triple jumps or whatever, if you never need any of that at any point? That's kind of my problem. Okay, to tie this back into something that might, you know, be slightly intellectual, perhaps. That was part of my problem with Super Mario Odyssey. Like, I remember when Super Mario Odyssey came out and people were, like, sucking off, like, the movement mechanics. And I was just thinking in my head, like, yeah, but when do you ever need any of that? Oh, never? Like, it's never required to be anything in the game? People do all that shit and it's just, like, speedrunner slop. But this is a game no one's going to be nostalgic toward. No one's going to obsess over this because all the other elements of the game are worse than Super Mario 64. The collectathon shit's way worse than 64. You know, the level design's way worse than 64. Like, everything is worse than 64. You're just being a retarded subhuman because you're autistic. Fuck you. Anyway, see, now it's becoming a synthetic rant. I had to find my way there. I was lost for a while. I think wait, did I grab the key chests? No, I didn't. See, yeah, that's why I came back over here. I was so... This is a bad multitasking stream. Whatever, I'm getting the chest now before I forget. Speaking of platformers, just beat Yellow Taxi Grandma. Amazing recommendation by the Steady King. That's the game I should have reviewed. I mean, it's too late. Well, I guess it's never too late because it was never algorithmically relevant, so it's technically never too late. But if I was going to make a positive game review, that definitely would have been a better choice than Strange Seed. It's just that, you know, I played Yellow Taxi a long time ago now, so I'd have to play it again. But regardless, that is a game where if I reviewed Yellow Taxi, it would literally only be positive things. Like, that game is a genuine, like, 9 out of 10. Like, it's not flawless, but... Like, if they had made a sequel and ironed out the few issues, it genuinely would have been like a 10 out of 10. Yeah, maybe I'll go back and replay it sometime later. I need to put out a review. I just think this is a conversation I had recently, but I do have to ask sometimes, why do people want positive reviews? Like, I think I get it conceptually, But it's not like making a positive video makes me happy. It seems more like I actually like reviewing bad games sometimes. It depends on the type of bad. Like, I had a lot of fun making the Starfield review. I think when I was making the Outer Worlds 2 review, I was engaged most of the time, even though I hated the game. There's definitely, like, I don't know, I just feel like people need to have the right reason to want me to make a positive review. You know what I mean? Like, because I have to, like, dispel this notion that just making a positive video is inherently good for any reason. You know what I mean? Like, if it's the idea that, oh, I should make positive reviews to prove that I'm not, like, some negativity vampire grifter or something, I don't know, I'm just making up words. That no amount of positive reviews would ever convince any Redditor subhuman that already made up their mind about me that I'm not that thing. So it'd just be a waste of time. Like, any enemy that I made will never be unmade from an enemy. Like, there's no synthetic redemption arc in the mind of people who've decided I'm their enemy for whatever reason. So there's that. I just think I'm just not that good at making positive videos. Unless, like, the game's, like, really funny in some way. But usually funny games are bad, not good. You know? I don't know, gaming and comedy don't blend that well. To be fair, I have a very fucked sense of humor, which you guys all know about me. But if a game's funny, that usually means it's bad, not good. So, yeah, I'm just not that good as, like, a positive critic. I'm very good as a negative one. At least, not according to ChatGPT. According to ChatGPT, I'm a 4 out of 10, but according to me, I'm at least that 7, I guess. I asked Strange Zoomer what he thought of Yellow Taxi. He said it's a great game, but he wasn't a fan of do the jump exactly how I want you to platforming. I think there's a decent amount of freedom in as long as you're super jumping every time. You can, like, skip obstacles and stuff. Like, I feel like the super boost jump lets you do a lot of stuff. Like, when it comes to the harder platforming challenges, you do have to do, like, exactly a sequence. But I don't know. Like, that's why, like, if I was tying back into talking about Mario 64 again, like, I understand the appeal for people who are doing all the tricks, like how they really enjoy the movement. And I think that's good if you're the type of guy who's going to play the game for 1,000,000 hours anyway, that you can do all these cool tricks to make the game faster, but I don't know. I'm usually more of a fan of, like, intentionally good game design than accidentally good game design. That makes sense. I still like Mario 64 though. It's just that, like, I guess maybe because I'm the guy who actually likes Sunshine the best, which is, like, basically nobody, except for nostalgia blinded people. Which, you know, I mean, nostalgia's part of it. I won't deny nostalgia's part of it. But
Thank you for
I guess, but anyway, to get back to the point, as someone who likes Sunshine the best, like, yeah, I do like the cool movement shit you can do in Sunshine with Flood, but, like, I still kind of like the Floodless levels where you purposely can do less things, because it is interesting to have that challenge, you know? Super boost jump is more consistent if you press the gas pedal slightly before the flip will boost triggers. I 100% Yellow Taxi right game. Yeah, I figured out the timing pretty well during my second playthrough, yeah. Like, the first one I was confused about it for a while because it's not that good feedback for it, but I got used to it. I love this level, by the way. I just have to throw that out there. I mean, since this is my favorite game, you can probably assume I love most of the levels. But I genuinely think Spyro 1 is... See, this used to be more common. It's usually the opposite. Well, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I don't know. I'm not autistic enough to list 1,000 examples. So I'll just put it this way. I prefer games that get better the further you get into the game. Whereas conventional wisdom is to make the first level the best level, because you need to hook people to keep them playing. Right? Like, you think of, again, we could talk about Mario 64. Bob-omb Battlefield is definitely one of the best levels. Same with, like, Womp's Fortress, right? But Spyro, in my opinion, I think the first world is, like, the worst levels. I mean, they're still good, but they have minimal, like, required skillful platforming. Whereas something like this, the supercharge ramps, like when we get to Treetops is the best one, obviously. Treetops, the whole level is boosting off ramps, you know, over and over again to get around the whole level and, like, gliding everywhere and shit. Like, that's super fun. That's like Sonic, you know, like, it feels like Spyro turns into a Sonic game. Why did I bring that up, though? That's the real question. I forgot.
Listen carefully, Spyro. There's a secret area in the artisan home. It is at the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Artisan home, waterfall. Sounds good.
I didn't understand the Super Boost until I was on the last two collectibles, both of them requiring it. Lol, I played the whole game without using it. Yeah, there's a lot of ramps that you can boost off at just the right angle to get extra height without the Super Boost. Like, when I replayed the game a second time, like, you do everything so fucking fast if you're super boosting the whole time. Like, because you can just get everywhere all the time easily with, like, no struggle. It's kind of crazy. Except for, obviously, like, the hard platformer challenges at the end, but you get the point. Like, it makes everything so much easier. You're just super boosting all the time. Alright, did I get them all? Yeah, let's go, dude. This is, like, one of my cleanest playthroughs. Which is funny, because my brain is at its smoothest, I guess. Maybe that makes perfect sense. When you play Spyro purely by instinct, then you can easily get all the collectibles. It's when you try too hard that you miss stuff. I looked in the steps. One has to take the multi-stream with OBS, and actually looks easy to set up. You only need a restream account, and it's a pretty short process. Alright. I was gonna make a smart-ass comment, but then I realized the smart-ass comment was more weird than asshole-ish. So I've held it in. I'm showing a lot of restraint today to not go synthetic sus mode. This boss is so easy. I fucking just got hit for no reason. I mean, I know that's every boss in this game. Saying a boss in Spyro is easy is just like, yeah, have you played the game? That is the game. I'm describing every boss. I'm still getting hit just because, like, I don't know. My brain is kind of going into, like, wandering mode. But that's why I used to be able to play Dragon's Dogma like this, but I kind of fucking got rusty since I hadn't played it in a couple of years. Because 2 is so disappointing. But that's why I like doing, like, Breakers streams or Dragon's Dogma in the past, or like this, or any other game where I know perfectly, because if I can autopilot the game, then I can talk the whole time, you know? And isn't the whole point of streaming that you just never shut the fuck up and you just talk the whole time? Yeah. So it's more stream friendly, because I can talk about whatever easily and not have to even think for a single second. I read Skylanders, and I'm just, like, tempted to rant for the millionth time about how, like, the whole Toys to Life genre was, like, the biggest fucking wasted potential ever. Like, I can't even believe how little they did with that concept. It's like, okay, the only way I'll defend corporations is that the average gamer is a grown-ass man, and it's actually even worse. Like, the average gamer is a 37-year-old white man, which is, like, kind of crazy to think about. What the fuck are young people even doing? I guess they're all broke. The answer is they're broke. You know, Zoomers can't afford video games, so the average age of a gamer is just getting older. Because I'm assuming they base the metric based on, like, purchases and shit, and not, like, literally everyone who's touched a video game. Because I'm pretty sure young people play video games. They just don't... They can't afford to buy every video game, because Zoomers are broke. I probably should have looked at this study, but you know me, guys. I'm fucking lazy. What's fun for me in RuneScape? I love number go up. Did I know A. Wyatt Mann is dying of cancer? Who's that? Yeah, I mean, like, the constant scrolling and watching, like, short videos and garbage like that is some depressing shit. I can't watch YouTube Shorts for more than, like, 10 minutes. Because, like, eventually your feed just gets to something so retarded or pointless, or it's, like, AI slop or something, and I'm just like, I hate this. This is making me seethe. I'm fucking going to autistically spurg if I see another video like this, and then I have to go back to normal videos. I don't know how they stand it.
Master Nork is turning our swamp into an electrified junk heap, and it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
I think they turned that line to something that sounds more like sarcasm in the remake, but I can't remember. Oh, he's the guy who drew the original Happy Merchant. Oh, okay. Because when I think of Happy Merchant, I think of the Ben Garrison comics. Is usually what I think of. So I didn't know. I always 100% the homeworlds before doing any levels. Yeah, I can kind of see the appeal if you're annoyed by, like, the gem count not being an even multiple of 100. I can't wait till we get to the second to last level and I bitch about them censoring the guns. I can't even remember what they turned those little metal turret things into. I'm sure it was something weird. I just know them turning the fucking assault rifles into goo guns is so gay. Like, God, it made me mad. What's funny is they didn't censor the revolvers in Spyro 3, I believe, that the dinosaurs use. So it's like, oh, okay, this is literally propaganda then. It has nothing to do with ratings and everything to do with, we don't want kids to think, you know, assault weapons are cool. Or whatever. That has to be what it is. It's just retardation.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
It's okay when dinosaurs do it. Yeah, orcs can't do it. Orcs are not allowed. Because they're too much like black people, am I right? And when you see these guys in Spyro, you think, black! He black! He black! Genuinely, yes. Okay, well. I don't care. Like, assuming there was even a hint of sincerity to what you just said, I still don't care, you know what I mean? Like, sure, why not? I have that opinion. Who gives a shit?
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
If you'd want to experience this class again in a fresh way on your future playthroughs, I'd highly recommend setting it up on an old CRT with the original hardware. I mean, I literally did that growing up. I don't care as much about the CRT filter anymore. Hold on. Like, you can set up Duck Station with, like, a mock CRT filter. It looks okay. I was never, like, super CRT pilled. For me, it was less about the visuals and more about the experience of... Like, what was actually important about CRT gaming had nothing to do with the TV and everything to do with, just sitting next to someone on the couch playing a game next to them, which is basically a dead experience at this point. You know? I guess I could read supers while I'm going. Hold on. I'll just scroll up. I might as well, because, I mean, it took me way too long. Sweeping Hamster, thanks to $5. I can't believe Synthetic Man pushed his brother down the stairs. Yeah, I mean, I was literally asleep, but I did do it when nobody was looking. That's what I woke up to. I mean, I woke up to hearing Devin... I think he said, like, oh no, or something, like, in his choked up voice. Because, like I said, he still couldn't really talk that well until, ironically, after he slipped and fell. Which is very bizarre. Oh, yeah, you know what I fucking heard recently? Dude, if you ever wonder why I don't trust doctors, I mean, I don't think you guys do wonder that. But in case you are one of the people who still trust doctors, the latest doctor Devin went to... just straight up told him, yeah, we don't know what's wrong with you. It's not an autoimmune thing. It's like, what? Are we fucking serious? Like, dude, doctors are so goddamn worthless. Oh my god. Anyway. Shit, what was I saying, though? Whatever, I guess I got to the point. Yeah. I didn't push him down the stairs, I promise. But at least he can talk. So he can record a video. He's not going to until we move, for obvious reasons. But he can make videos again, at least, even if his back is fucked up. I have weed brain without smoking weed. It's just, I really didn't sleep well last night. But I'm not mad. Like... the reason I'm streaming is because, like, I knew I'm not, like, in, like, a crotchety mad mood. I actually was before I was physically tired. When I was just mentally tired from sleep deprivation, I was, like, a little bit, like, synthetic rage mode. Like, it would have been one of those streams. But after I got physically tired, now I'm just like, okay, this is synthetic weed mode, I guess, like you're saying. There we go, 400. Axton Zero, thanks 17 months of membership. Good news, chat. Debin's still in excruciating pain. Yes. No, the good news is he can make videos, but, you know, obviously the bad news is he hurt himself yet again. If anything, this is a lesson that you can't trust any future vaccines. Like, Devin kind of agrees with me. I also hated these guys, by the way, as a kid. The huge fucking warthogs. Giant boar-ass boars. These guys, I fucking hate. As a child, I just hated how they looked. Oh, yeah. This is another thing I think I talked about. The fucking little tree dudes who eat you in this level also scared me as a kid. You do have to keep in mind, I played this when I was 5. I have to keep saying that. But my point is, I still remember that it's just like a core memory that I was scared of a few enemies in this game. Yeah, these guys, because they eat you. Scary. Childhood trauma. It definitely was not the trauma. Hey, I'm pretty sure most people here know what it was. I mean, it's not like it's not like it's been a secret. You were scared of the giant snowmen in Spyro 3? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The ones you have to like laser in that one level.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
I don't understand. I know things change for video games like later in development, but the fact that they place him after the attack frogs is just like, what? Why? What? How hard is it to just move the location of the dragon to the beginning of the level? You know? All my homies hate attack frogs. My brother's friend had this demo disc with an ad for Clock Tower 2 on it. The Scissor Man literally gave me nightmares. It was such a pussy, bro. Yeah, I was the same when I was a kid. I told you guys this, but one of my cousins was playing the demo for Resident Evil 3 on my PS1. And watching him play Resident Evil 3 gave me zombie nightmares for like the next week. I've also told you guys about the night terrors I used to have where I would basically sleepwalk into my parents' bedroom and just stand over my mom like a fucking, you know, scary child in a horror movie. You know, who's been like possessed or something. I would literally just stand in front of her and wait for her to wake up. Like, if my kid ever does that to me, I'm gonna fucking have a heart attack.
It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age. No, no. Why, I remember... gotta go.
I was pure until I was overexposed to horror slop. That's just anyone who grows up with the internet. You get desensitized to so much shit. I mean, I think about how dopamine fried I am, and like, Gen Alpha is going to be even worse. Like, everyone's going to be functionally depressed because they won't be able to feel anything because they've already seen everything extreme in existence, you know? I feel like in some ways I'm ahead of my time with the whole every game is dog shit thing, because like, if we ever live in a time where people can just play, all they do is fucking play games, of course they're gonna hate every game. Because you've already played every good game. Basically, like, it's not that you've literally played every good game, but it's just a matter of, if all you fucking do is play games, like, a game has to really stand out to be interesting. You know, everything plays the same.
Thank you for releasing me.
Wowie zowie. I like that the boars can friendly fire. That's fun. I hate when enemies can't friendly fire. I've actually gotten used to it now. It used to be kind of a novelty when enemies could friendly fire. Now I'm like, if enemies can't friendly fire, then I'm mad. Because, like, first of all, it's fun and cool. Honestly, another thing we don't see that much is, like, enemies, like, openly fighting each other. You know? I feel like, I don't know, games suck. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, for the millionth time, games suck, okay? Because they're not made by people who want to make a good game. I know I'm just repeating myself for the millionth time, but that's all I do on this channel anymore. But I feel like games are not made by people who want to make a fun game, which just sounds crazy, but it has to be true. It just has to.
I'll tell you what to do with
I think this dude also looks like a furry Bara character in the remake, but I can't remember what he looks like.
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
Why is a broken record streaming? That's what you came for on my channel. This is another one that blew my mind, by the way. Because, like, again, I feel like if this game was made today, this shit would have yellow paint on it. Like, when you fall over there and walk this way, given, like, the angle, you're not going to notice this platform is here, right? So you wouldn't even think you're able to glide to this. So the fact that you can glide to this and stand on this is cool as hell. Because, like, this game doesn't really have a free camera. You can hold triangle to look around like this, and you'd be able to see the gems on here. And that's how you'd figure it out. But, I don't know. I'm gushing about... I'm bursting. No, anyway. Fuck. Fuck, hold on. I'm gonna actually die, because I'm fucking laughing at a stupid thing. Alright. Yeah, I don't have sparks, so I gotta actually pick up the gems now. Brutal. I fucked it up! My dopamine just got destroyed. I fucked it up. At least I didn't die, though. I didn't die. That's the important thing. This level is really well designed, honestly. This is one of the best ones, too. Alright, did I get 500? This is the last thing I like about this level. It's like, okay, yeah, you could exit the level, or you could do this. Look at that. Look at that. Dopamine. Straight dopamine to my brain. That's good shit. Whoa, no way! Yeah.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I've got to go.
I always wondered why that guy says that instead of just thank you for releasing me, like most of the other ones do. Why was there no health? I need sparks. My boy, dude. He's my boy. No, I've never played the Ratatouille game. It's so funny you brought that up, given that I talked about, like, movie license games earlier. It's so funny. Like, me playing this, I know no one pays attention to this. But I imagine for the one person who does, whenever I play this, it's like you're just hearing the soundtrack to, like, half of my videos. And the other half is, like, Ratchet and Clank. I like the Norks that just, like, chilling in boats for, like, no reason. They're just chilling. Wait, I missed one of the boats? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. How'd I miss one of the boats? Oh, no! Chat! How the fuck did I miss this guy? Oh, that's not good. I think I can still make it, though. Yeah, I can still make it. There's a bunch of ones back to back over here. Fuck. Chat, I fucked it up. Damn it, I lost! I lost! I lost. I don't know how I missed that Narc. I'll have to pay attention. Here, I could try going this way instead. Maybe it's easier this way. I don't think I've ever done it this way. Shit. I botched that. Ah, man. Ooh, I'm sloppy, chat. I'm sloppy. It's fine. I got it. There we go. Dude Mon, thanks for $5. Stairs are a mechanism for natural selection. Don't be sad that it's over. Be glad that it never began. Brutal. Devin didn't, like, break his back or anything. It literally just is, like, his whole... Again, it's the Mr. Glass thing. I hate to describe this. This is a jump scare. Yeah. I remember that scaring me as a kid. Maybe that's why the boar scared me. Specifically just that right there. Like, Devin didn't, like, break his back or anything. It's just, like, his whole system is fragile. The worst part is he says he wants to try being a vegetarian for a while since he's basically out of ideas. And it's just like, Devin, you're too underweight. Like, you can't afford to be a vegetarian. Like, this just seems like a bad idea. Like, his other plan is fasting, and I think he should try fasting first. Because fasting, at least, I think has... you know, more tangible health benefits. But I think, like, I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, he just doesn't want to do that. Here we go, treetops. Yeah, Colin, he did carnivore literally for months. Like, not even completely intentionally. Like, he did carnivore because he could only eat meat back when the mold was at its worst, right? Because, like, I don't want to explain this mold thing for the millionth time. I feel like if you're not aware of the mold situation, you're a tourist by now, because I've already talked about it for, like, 4 years. So you would have to have ignored every stream I've ever done. You'd have to be either a tourist or an actual, like, new fan, which I don't get a whole lot of those these days. But, yeah, it's mold related. That's all you gotta know. Now, this game not been canceled. Yeah, how dare you depict monkeys throwing bananas, you racist fucks. This level, I love this
Greetings,
level. So good.
For an amazing tour of the treetops. Don't just stop at one supercharge.
Oh. Oh. Insomniac must have had a lot of artists at the time. Because you think of a game like Banjo-Kazooie, which only has 9 levels, and they're much bigger levels and take much longer to complete than Spyro's. And then Spyro has, I don't know, like 25 to 30 or something. And it's kind of interesting to me, I guess, without going to TISM mode, like the different type of priorities. I just feel like you get so much more visual variety in Spyro because, oh, did I really fuck it up? Oh my god, I fucked it up. I'm washed. Fucking washed, shit. That's brutal. Alright, let me just focus on winning. Oh my god! What? I think I jumped at, like, the perfect wrong time, because I only got a baby jump instead of a big jump. Holy fuck, hold on. Alright, I gotta get back in the zone. I gotta get back in the zone. Alright, I got it. That was close.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You've learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Why'd he even come way over here to... Did he come here to come? Is that what it is? Like, why are you on the isolated island? Secret Goon Island. I do like you maintain a little momentum after like canceling a supercharge. I don't think there's any practical applications of that, but it would be cool if there was. And kind of TISM is what's needed to be a game designer. Hyper-analyzing what something is why modern design is bad. It follows trends rather than knowing why something works. Yeah, that's kind of the problem, is I feel like a lot of the type of people who have the right TISM for level design aren't making anything original, you know? Like, a lot of times, again, like I said, I have these, like, simple flips videos at the second monitor. And I look and like some of these levels would genuinely be good 3D platformer levels in an original game. But those type of people never seem to be the types that end up making indie games, you know? Like that's the shit that we need, is the guy who makes the baby game who actually has talent in level design. Like obviously Yellow Taxi did a good job on that front. But like, not to talk shit to be a contrarian, but I do think like level design was one of the weak elements of Hat in Time. Like, Hat in Time is definitely good, but I think the first two levels were much better than the second two. I think the DLC was a bit better. Like, what's it called? The Forest. I forget what it's actually called, but the Forest level was just a giant empty space when it opened up. Like there's fucking nothing in it.
You can really go far.
I'm all over it.
And they had an okay idea with the last level where it was designed a little bit more like open worldy, but I don't know, it was just kind of forgettable to me. Banana. Banana. We gotta loop around again, chuds. We loop one more time. We're loop maxed. Just the puzzle of figuring out where you're supposed to jump is the cool part about this. Obviously, when you played it 5 billion times, I mean, any time after the first time, you would know what you're supposed to do. But, you know, like, as a kid, like, trying to figure out just how to get to that area that's behind the end of the stage, like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? But, you know, figuring that's the cool shit. Like, obviously, in the age of the internet, you can figure it out in 2 seconds. But I didn't use... Even if you did use, like, game facts, like, you're going based off text. How do you describe the shit I just did right there? You know what I mean? Spyro had some nice tech as one of the first games to actually have real LOD meshes needed because the levels are so large you can actually see quite far. One thing I wish a lot of other 3D platformers had learned from is the gem sparkle. Like, you see this? Like, do you know how much easier it would be to 100% like other collectathons if you could at least like have some indicator of where the missing items are? Like, in Spyro 2, you can just hold all the triggers, and in the remake of 1, you could do it. In the remakes, you could do it in all 3 games from the start. But in Spyro 2, you could just hold all the shoulder buttons, and sparks would point toward the treasure. But in the first game, like, you can literally just look. Oh, look, there's gems over there. Oh, right, yeah, I didn't get the key. All of the 2 shoulder buttons. I need to pull out the old PS1 controller that clearly has 4 shoulder buttons, you not video game playing motherfucker. Yeah, fake gamer. Look at that. Treasure chud. What I wish Spyro 2 and 3 had done is if the boss levels were still levels. Because, like, the trade-off here is that, yes, the bosses in Spyro 1 are really easy and have barely anything to them. Like, this boss is probably the only interesting one out of all of them. But the trade-off is you get a fucking whole-ass level before the boss. You know? What, is there no universe where we could combine those 2 things? We could have a good level and then there's a boss at the end of the level? I don't know. I think that'd be cool. Fucking... Enough with the banana! Enough! Hold on, I keep forgetting that was gonna periodically read super chats. Lord Particle, thanks for $5. Anybody else start coughing after drinking milk products and feel the need to keep coughing and swallowing like there's something stuck in your throat? No. I'm assuming one of those 8 replies maybe explained what's wrong with you. We can only hope. Alfradrum, diagnose him. Figure it out. You got this. You are the synthetic doctor. Rabies. Yeah, it's rabies. You're dead. Sorry, dude. It's over. Anyway, but look at this, dude. Look at this secret, though. Look at that. That's fucking Kino. Again, it makes you forget this is a boss level. It's just like, this is a level. This is a real-ass level. Sergeant Wolvington, thanks to the 100 ARS. Hi, Synthetic God! I played the Onimusha series for the first time this year. I highly recommend Genma Onimusha, a great game from the past. In what order do you recommend playing Spyro? Order of release, definitely. 1, 2, 3. Because the thing is like, if you play 2 or 3 first before 1, then you're not going to understand that, wait, where's the whirlwind? Was it on the other side? Oh yeah, it's there. 2 and 3 add a lot of things, and I would say some of those things are not good, but a lot of people seem to prefer 2. But anyway, the point is, like, it might feel like a step backward to play 1 after those, even though 1 is the best game, no matter what anyone says. But the the point is that for 1, what you see is what you get. It is a platformer the whole way through. You know, this is almost like the Crash Bandicoot of collectathons, in the sense that there's nothing else to the game. Like,
this big robot is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole
what a
should
pun.
disrupt its power supply.
Anyway, so, like a lot of other mascot platformers seem to think like you needed a bunch of gimmicks to mix up the gameplay, which I always found to be strange. I like how he can destroy his own power thingies with his lightning. I mean, it's already pretty easy, but I don't know, it's just amusing, I guess. Somehow the electric poles are not immune to electricity. Oh, look, he's throwing a dude. He's throwing a monkey. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's throwing a monkey at me, dude. Oh my god. I got him. It's that easy. Remember, chat, this is a video game, so there's obviously a secret behind the waterfall. Even the sewage waterfalls. Azor Tormenta, thanks for $5. Finish 5 as 16 with the DLC. Leviathan and Ultima are the best icons to use. Overall, I'd rate it a 5 with the DLC. Without it is a 4. I can't imagine willingly, without making content, putting myself through a 5 out of 10. I know 5 is average, haha, haha, funny, good meme. But even if 5 was average, I just think there's too many good video games to waste your time with average. You know what I mean? Like, you might as well just only play good stuff. There's thousands and thousands of video games. Wowie zowie. Sergeant Wolvington, thanks to the 100 ARS. Sorry about the meme coin synth. You should be. What do you think of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon? I didn't play it. I only played, I think Devin did. And like he dropped it after like an hour or something because it was basically just New Beginning all over again. I played New Beginning. I hate it. I think it's slop. Extremely repetitive slop. I just found out that game exists. What other game are you looking forward to this year? Greens from Argentina. Well, it's an expansion, not a game, but obviously I'm looking forward to the Dragon's Dogma 2 expansion. I'm looking forward to reviewing GTA 6 for the views, I guess. What else is coming out this year? Is there anything exciting coming out this year? Damn, I gotta eat dinner. Time flies when you're playing your favorite game. That's for sure. Getting a bit dehydrated as well. Drawing Y4X, it's a fucking meme that got out of control. It's literally contrarianism. People saying Dark Souls 2 is the best one is literally the same thing as the Flat Earth people. It just makes certain people mad to say Dark Souls 2 is the best one. So, of course, that causes retards to double down, be like, it's the mega bad one. Chat, please. You don't have to do this. You don't have to. I love how this is like a fantasy magic level and the Norks have grenades. Like I don't remember what they censored it to. I think maybe just bombs. They were probably just bombs in the remake. I can't quite remember. Oh, this game is scandalous. You can't show grenades in a children's game? Grenades? Thoughts on spiritual... I'm assuming that's supposed to be spiritually white browns? Jesus, I can't speak. Explain. What does that mean? Oh, hold on. I have to be fast with this. I kind of fucked it up. It's okay. There's another power-up on the other side.
Hey, Spyro.
So you know how there are spiritual.
See what it can do to your power of flame.
Okay, I know we love making fun of ESLs here, but what kind of sentence is, so you know how there are spiritual? Oh, okay, spiritually brown whites. Oh, I see what you mean. So you're saying, what about the spiritually white browns? I don't think it works that way, I'm gonna be honest. I mean this in of course, the least racist way possible. Of course, synthetic non-racist over here. Don't believe the lies that you've heard that are literally just quotes of me. The completely in context quotes. Lies. All lies. It was AI. I don't think it goes both ways, so that's all I gotta say. The spiritually white browns you're thinking of are just like the more mixed race people. I'm gonna go back and get the kiss over here. It should be easier. Spyro's getting smooches from all the berries. There we go. What did they mean by this? And why did they stop doing this in future games? Insomniac became woke pretty early. There's proof. You didn't get any more fairy smooches. Did Spyro become a true cell? No, like, Spyro is definitely a fake cell. I mean, Allura was throwing herself at him, like, in the ending of Spyro 3 when they didn't even interact in that whole game. Because you have to understand, like, Spyro was made in a time before everyone was mentally ill. And they're like, of course the male hero needs a love interest, why wouldn't he have one? Now, of course, we live in tranny land where that's obviously a problem.
You've become a master of the supercharge. Great work.
Hold on, let me, Asterix, thanks to the $20. Clavicular, unironically a Truant lover. According to him, it's one less dude he needs to mog. I felt that sounds like fake internet personality shit, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more inclined to believe either one of two things. Either one, the schizo theory that it is a humiliation ritual by Jews, or option two, he's very high, and people do stupid shit when they're high. I like this. See, that girl, that was the Stacy of the fairies, so now we get the firepower up for the rest of the level. I just think this whole part is cool. I mean, you could argue it's trial and error gameplay because you wouldn't know there's a, you know, basically an unofficial time limit to this part, because if you don't just run through that platforming section, then they just start beating the shit out of you and there's nothing you can do about it. But, I mean, I don't know, it's cool. Who cares if you fuck up one time? There's a checkpoint right before that anyway. There's no real consequence. Remember Tate saying Megan Fox with a penis. What did he say? Megan Fox has a penis, or what did he say? You love my skit, so there is.
Hold your horns.
You better.
Here comes Spyro.
Patience, little one.
The 24% loves my schizo theories. It's one of my hottest features for sure. Dibrob, thanks to the 1-year membership. Hope you get through these hard times, empty room. Yeah, well, it's definitely gonna be collecting dust until my mom moves out here, whenever that's gonna be. The Commodity Man, thanks to €5. I should have made Henry Cavill should be next James Bond after nuking India in Mission Impossible. Nuking India in Mission Impossible. He would be the lethal weapon with Arnie Hammer. I'm confused as to like what the context is here. What do you mean? Like, what? Am I missing something? What do you mean you should have made? What have you made? Who the hell are you? I was going to say, who the hell are you? I know who you are, like, as in you're a frequent chatter. You know, I have a good memory for that. But I mean, like, what do you mean? I don't know what you've made. Like, I feel like I'm missing a part of this conversation. Alright, pretty sure that was it. I think I only need 20 more. Let's watch it spin. There we go. Who the hell are you? Exactly. My fan roll for Henry Cavill's guts, even if he's 40. See, the thing is, though, I fundamentally have a problem with that shit. I don't think anime should be live action. Like, anime is inherently retarded. And you know what? A lot of times that's a good thing. I love DBZ. It's extremely retarded. I would never say it's not retarded. But DBZ shouldn't be live action because it's stupid, you know?
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
Violence. You hear it? Spyro just wants to hurt people, even if it accomplishes nothing. Yeah, I know. Dragon Ball Evolution exists, and it was complete dog shit, case in point. The thing is, even if Dragon Ball Evolution wasn't the worst thing ever created by Jews, at least in the top 3. I mean, Dragon Ball Evolution is almost as bad as Israel itself. I don't know. I was about to go into a whole bit. I didn't want to be racist again so soon. I was gonna talk about Amiramut golems and shit, and I'm just like, I don't know. Do I really have the energy in me for that one? Dragon Ball Evolution is almost as bad. Oh, these guys scared me too, but I think those guys scared a lot of people. The dogs. The evil dogs. Yeah, this is definitely like the top 3 levels in this game. I love this one. This one's so well designed.
babies here can be quite frightening, but you should watch the fools.
I'd rather flame the fools.
Now you're thinking.
Yes. Burn those fools alive, Spyro.
Kill them. Do it. Do it, Spyro. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh my god, yeah, look at him. Oh my god. You can still kill them, it doesn't even matter.
Thank you for releasing me.
Finally, some good content. Yeah, we're playing a good game. They exist. I gotta remember, still commit to memory. I'm sure all of you have been very diligent in thinking of all the greatest gaming disappointments, and you're ready to spoon feed me the whole list off the top of your head, right? Like, you'll do all the research for me and I put in zero work. I like that idea.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Nork.
That's me, all right.
See, this is like the 90s. Every mask guy had to be like confident in some way. It's just weird. Insomniac did this twice. They did it with Spyro and then with Ratchet and Clank, where like in the first game, like the character has so much more like ego to him. Especially Ratchet became a completely different character after the first one. And then they kind of like, they just soften him up a bit. Everyone wanted to be Sonic, but only Sonic can be Sonic. There we go. We're in the whole second half of the level is completely optional. They just don't make shit like this anymore. Oh my, well, I did that wrong. Like, what the fuck? Like, games are deathly afraid of making content that any significant amount of the player base might not experience. Unless they're literal fucking copy-paste chores like a Ubisoft game. This level, Dark Passage, half the level is optional. Like, you don't have to do this. This is all, like, technically one giant secret area.
Thanks, Spyro. I'd love to help you catch Nasty, but I'd really hate being trapped in Crystal again.
Don't worry. The only one who's gonna be trapped is him.
Here's the game for greatest game disappointment, RE2 remake. See, I knew it was a mistake asking chat. Immediately, like, how the hell can you say RE2 remake when, like, RE3 remake exists? Oh, you want to see, like, a fuck-up Insomniac did? Look at this. Dun dun dun, it doesn't hurt you. In the remake, they just made this, not purple. They made it the color of the rest of the environment.
Thank you for releasing me.
You go down would be MGS5. Yeah, MGS5 definitely has to be on the list. I think I need more help with older ones. I think I have a pretty good knowledge. I mean, I'll still have to look up some stuff because there's plenty of stuff I've forgotten, but I'd say my knowledge for gaming disappointments from 2010 to now is pretty damn good, you know? It's like older games, because like people didn't have the same expectations for gaming back in the day, so there's not nearly as many like true disappointments. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 might be a good one. I feel like in hindsight, again, things have gotten so bad. People say games like that, though, were good in hindsight. Pac-Man World 3 is one of the greatest gaming disappointments. Are we trolling? We haven't... Maybe I need to do this list by myself, I don't know. They're very threatening when they're giant fat people. Very threatening. Yeah, Duke Nukem Forever is definitely gonna be on there for sure. Yeah, Dead Space 3 is definitely a good one. That would be pretty high tier for me. Dead Space, I love Dead Space so much, and like Dead Space 3. The problem with, again, this tier list is gonna be fucked because like things have gotten so much worse. Like Dead Space 3 is better than, I don't know, like 70% of games that come out now, probably. Dead Space 3 is disappointing, don't get me wrong, but like in a vacuum, it's fine. Like I'm not gonna say it's like a great game, but it's a fine game. A fine game. Flat Out 3. Is that a what? How is that a disappointment? Were people hyped for a thing I've never heard of? Do we have to define the word disappointment? I'm not saying worst games of all time. It's a disappointment. Yeah, this is definitely one of the best tracks in the game for sure. Lofty Castle. Yeah, Fallout 4 is definitely top tier. Like, this is literally just... you guys could probably guess most of the top tiers. Though, ironically, like, I'll have to look at the list and see if Cyberpunk 2077 is still top tier. Like, I feel like when it came out, it absolutely was top tier, but... I don't know. I feel like... It's definitely still either top tier or the second highest tier, but I don't know if it's top tier anymore. Like, because obviously my personal bias is going to be a big part of the list, but I don't know. Like, is something still count as the most disappointing thing ever if they at least made like a halfway decent game after all the updates? I don't know. The problem is, the reason I'm debating whether or not it's top tier or just high tier is because it doesn't matter how many fixes the game gets, it'll never be an RPG, ever. I think I point this out every time I play this, but it's very bizarre. This is the only instance of the game where they have a red gem, like, chest, like that. Playing Fallout 4 was when I had my first realization about the terrible state of games. Yeah, I mean, I hate Fallout 4, truly. I think it really represents everything that went wrong with the game industry. As soon as people were saying, like, it's awesome and they love it, I'm like, oh, it's over. Like, it's over now. If this is what counts as, like, amazing games in... When did it come out? 2015 or something? Then we're fucked, you know? And that turned out to be extremely true, given the liquid shit people defend now. Yeah, you can cheat to get that one. Oh, fuck. I forgot you have to wait for that guy. Would Fallout 3 count? No, I mean, I don't think Fallout 3 was disappointing to most people because most people never played Fallout 1 and 2. I should probably try to limit it to one per franchise because I think there's already plenty of... The problem is for some franchises, limiting it to one might be hard, but it probably should just be one per franchise.
Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle, too. See where it takes you.
Rhyming. Yeah, Thief 4 is not a bad one, but I actually never played it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to include it, but I will say I didn't play it if I didn't play it, you know. Yeah, Dragon Age 2 is another one I didn't play, but that was a huge one, yeah. I remember that. No, will GTA 6 be on the list? I addressed that. I actually addressed that. I was writing notes for it. And I wrote the reason that I didn't wait until GTA 6 is because I always thought Grand Theft Auto was overrated and I don't give a shit about it. That's why.
Thank you for releasing me.
No, you don't play racing games, so Flat Out was decently popular and had 2 great games. Maybe Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 fits better. Maybe I'll have to look into it then, if Flat Out 3 was like really crazy bad compared to the previous one. Yeah, Red Faction Armageddon was a huge step down from Guerrilla, that's true. That's a good one. There's so many. The problem is, you guys are answering too quickly. I'm obviously not taking notes right now. I was just saying like to think of it for the end of the stream. Spyro 3 doesn't count. Like, you guys know I'm just fucking hamming it up. Like, if Spyro 1's a 10 and Spyro 2's a 9, Spyro 3's like a 7, you know what I mean? Like, that's... I don't think Spyro 3... Like, Spyro 3 would be pretty fucking biased for this. And I get it's all biased because it's just my opinion on... Like, the whole point is it's my opinion on what other people consider disappointments. Except for the games I haven't played, but... You know. Would I encourage people to skip Spyro 3? I saw someone say earlier he skipped it because of me. No, I wouldn't say skip Spyro 3. I would say play it till you get bored and then drop it. That's probably what I would say. Because, like, I'm assuming you're emulating all this. So if you're emulating, or if you bought Reignited Trilogy, what's the harm in trying the game? I mean, maybe you disagree with me, but all you do is lose, like, a couple hours tops. You know what I mean? Because, like, what's going to happen... This is my prediction. You're probably going to get all the way through the first world, maybe most of the way through the second world, and then you're going to have a realization, oh, this sucks. Because that's what happens every time I play Spyro 3. Like, the first world's fine when there's less minigames and Sheila is the only other character you play as. And then you get to the second world, Sergeant Bird. Sergeant Bird's actually pretty good. I like Sergeant Bird. He's the only one who I think adds anything to the Spyro formula. And then you're gonna do like some more shit levels with some more like dog shit mini games, which is 100. And then, oh, my dad's calling me. Hold on, I'll answer. It could be important if it's related to the move. Vinyl Morpheus, thanks for the 10 bucks. I know you're pretty mixed on indie games, so I'd really recommend Blood West. Did I buy that? I'm trying to remember. I might have just not gotten around to it. Kind of like Thief, but with way more combat. Good game where you start ultra weak and limited, but you become very capable. Maybe I'll have to check it out. I think when I move, I'm probably not going to do any work for a little while. I mean, obviously Assassin's Creed 4 Remake's coming out, you know, early July, whatever the day is. But I am going to take some days to just chill for a bit, so maybe I'll get around to a couple of those current year releases I've been putting off. I'm too used to streaming everything. Started playing Fable 1 between the video release and this stream. Yeah, I think Fable 1 is a little bit better than 2. I don't think it's a big difference, but, like, I think that's the problem, ironically, right? Is that Fable 2 doesn't really improve on any of the things that I wanted improved from the first game. Like, I feel like the combat's almost exactly the same. Though magic is a little bit less overpowered in 2, it seems like. It's not like either one is a hard game anyway, so it's... Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter that much. But, I still want to finish 2. Like, I still think it was pretty good. Oh yeah, there's a secret. I keep forgetting, the remake did add some weird shit. Like, there's a secret room right here in the remake for a skill point. What's up with the awkward member emotes on screen, by the way? Weirdly takes up space advertising. You mean like the badge next to their name? I mean, yeah, it's to show who's a real Cincel and who's a fake crimer in these streets, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're fake. You're fake and gay. That's what YouTube's saying. Now give me money. The problem is you're not even allowed to joke about stuff like that without somebody getting mad. I mean, mostly just leftists get mad about that stuff, but it's still just like money is funny, though. Money is funny. I feel like anything, well, almost anything can be funny in the right context, but I think there's just something funny about being openly greedy. I mean, Jews do it all the time. Mr. Goldstein, he's at it again. Kobe Goldstein. Lackey May, thanks for the 10 bucks. This game looks magical and kino, but furry degenerates and the spiritually dead people have tainted it. Chud Jack, nothing is sacred. Yeah, you're just not allowed to do stuff like this. I think at least, like, with parts of Reignited Trilogy, it wasn't, like, completely in your face. I mean, a few of the dragons were gay fetish shit, though. Like, definitely. Like, it's undeniable. But you look at stuff like Bubsy 4D, where they specifically advertised to gay furries. Like, that was part of the marketing campaign. That's where it's like, this is just crossed the line so fucking far, it's a joke. Like, this is ridiculous. That's horrible. I don't care that everyone hates Bubsy and they had to do something with him. I don't care. I'd rather he stay dead forever. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? He's not even gay in the game. That's the funny thing. Like, they just made him gay. Like, they prostituted out Bubsy for sales, and I don't know. I guess it sold okay from what I heard. So maybe it worked. And the thing is, the production costs were probably pretty low, because it was, what, like a 3-hour-long game? Remember how short that stream was? On top of it being a 3-hour-long game, they literally recycled all of the game mechanics from, Demon Tides. So what the, like, that game must, I left a fucking gem. I left one. My Goldstein is mad. I'll have to go back for that gem.
Thank you for releasing me.
Wowie zowie. Can't believe Devin's turned into an old man at 37. How did I miss that? Hold on, can I get it from here? Yep. Nice. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. I do get sad when I think about it, so I try not to think about it too much, but I don't know what he did in this world to piss off God or whatever, but I don't know. Like, this schizo part of me just keeps coming back to the vax. I mean, there's no way this many doctors have no idea what the fuck is wrong with him, and he's had a million health problems in the past 5 years. I think it was a combination of factors, because I told chat this a long time ago, but both me and Devin got norovirus. I honestly sort of wiped it out of my brain, because I honestly forgot I even had it, because it wasn't as bad for me. But, like, Devin got norovirus, you know, he went to Alaska, which I'm sure exposed himself to a bunch of crap. He got vaxxed. There's, like, all these things that happen back to back. And then he's just, all of a sudden, like, he just is developing this mold in his body. And then just everything's fucked. Like, everything's fucked after that. A lot of doctors aren't well versed in research, they just resort to old knowledge. Yeah, I think doctors are fucking hacks. That's really just my conclusion. Look at these dickhead placements of enemies, dude. Luckily, they give you plenty of time to hit them. This is obviously a baby game in every sense of the word. The guy in chat has done more for Devin than the doctors. Yeah, Alfred did help. Devin's, it really is kind of at the end of his rope, though, for, like, possibilities. Like, I can't imagine him in a million years a few years ago saying he'd try being a vegetarian. Like, it's just like... Especially, like, this is the worst possible time he could be one, too. Like, if he had a little bit more weight on him. But he can't really afford to lose much. I mean, he's not at, like, his absolute skelly mode like he was, like, a year ago. Oh, yeah, I did go back for that gem. I forgot if I did or didn't. But he's still, like, he really can't afford to lose much weight. I'll know if I got everything if this is a multiple of 25, if I remember right. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay.
Any advice before this battle?
Advice? A wise dragon once told me, aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
What? Hey! Wowie zowie. I want to remind you, this is like the 5th boss in the game. The 5th boss in the game. And this is what we're doing. The Spyro 1 bosses, they probably could have just cut them. They could have just cut pretty much all of them. Oh, I missed. There we go. Wowie zowie. Look at all these purples, dude. I love purple. He said the color purple is being ruined by, like, the never-ending bisexual lighting in everything now. I think purple can look nice. Royal purple. Now it's more like just the gay shit everywhere forever. I don't know. They must ruin everything. Alright, chat, we're almost at the end. I went from royalty to grape drank. Kazardine, thanks to the $10, just got back from a party and I feel so drained. Almost got into a fight with a black man over the fact that I didn't like some underground rapper. He fled like a bitch. And everyone there felt fake. I wouldn't even know who it was. Like, if someone named... I mean, I'm this way with a lot of music in general, but if you just named, like, any artist that isn't the most popular fucking people, I have no idea who it is.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Nasty's world now, Spyro, and you are the dragon who must defeat him.
Bring him on! I'm ready!
Reach the exit in each of Nasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Nork himself.
Yep. That's the gimmick of this place, is you have to free dragons again, because some of them actually did try to fight Nasty Nork. The real question is, why the hell does Spyro never, like, never at any point does Nasty Nork or any of his minions try to turn him to crystal? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Spyro's just immune to it somehow. Maybe having a dragonfly makes you immune, but then you'd have to question why he's the only one with a dragonfly. I don't know. I like to, again, this is another thing. This used to be more common in old games. I have noticed in so many modern games, past like the halfway point, they never introduce anything new. This is the 3rd last level in the game, and they introduce a new mechanic, ramming the barrels. You would never fucking see that in a modern game, because by this point in the game, only 25% of people tops are still playing. Unless it's a Souls-like or a Sony movie slop game, which again, I still don't even believe those statistics, but whatever. It is a deeply worrying sign that Sony games have such high completion percentages. It's like, motherfucker, just watch the game on YouTube, you goy cattle subhuman. You're not even playing a video game. But yeah, anyway, my point is, I like the barrels. We have barrels now.
Keep up the good work,
Yeah,
Spyro.
Crimson Desert's too far in the opposite direction.
Really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Nork boots if I were him.
Crimson Desert is the bad kind, where it's like, oh yeah, here's a tutorial for something 60 hours in that you're only gonna do one time, and it's not even fun. Holy fuck. Do I have to make it my quest to complete that game before the end of this year? Maybe have another dedicated stream or two where we just bum rush the game and only do main story. Motor Slice dropped new mechanics all the way to the last chapter. Oh, that's cool. I never did go back to that. Don't force myself. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have much of a reason to, except for content. Crimson Desert was such a nothing burger, people already forgot. Yeah, I mean, that's most games these days, but yeah, Crimson Desert was definitely like, I'm sure it was very popular in a certain type of crowd, because it did sell a shit ton. Like, it sold, like, twice as much Dragon's Dogma 2 did, or something, or maybe not twice as much. It was at least 6 million sales. I don't remember what it ended at. It might be 8 million now. But only 8% of people beat the game. That's like astoundingly low. Like that should be the statistics the developers look at. Like I applaud them for patching so much of the game and not like, you know, we're not talking bug fixes. They actually changed like a lot of shit to make it better. But the core of their game is rotten because it is just a very shallow experience. It's extremely style over substance. That's why, like, it is cool that you get so many abilities, but the abilities just have very little function. Like, they have very little purpose in the gameplay loop. Like, who cares if your character can do 50 different WWE wrestling moves if they all basically do the same thing, right? It'd be cool if they had unique functionality, but they really don't.
Wow, I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
Parappa the Rappa. Wowie zowie. I'm on chapter 9 of Crimson. I have 160 hours. I'm not rushing the main story at all. The meat of the game is open world and random side quests. I hated almost all that stuff, I'm gonna be honest. No, that's not true. That's not true. I actually think I had the most fun when I was kind of just exploring. I think the exploration's not that bad in that game. It actually is not that bad. But I just think, like, a lot of it kind of felt a little too aimless for me. I love exploration as long as I know what I'm doing, like what the purpose is. I feel like a lot of that game, I just don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, you know? I guess sometimes exploration for the sake of exploration can be satisfying, but I've just never been that type of guy. There's got to be things to find, you know? Why there's so many indie baby games that have to do with demons? Demon Tides, Hell Pie, and the like. Interesting. I think the non-schizo answer is that lefties just love being edgy with that shit. I mean, again, just look at Dead Domain. Like, I feel like he really is the perfect example of this. Like, I don't know. Like, who gives a fuck except boomers that, like, you're proud of being an extreme sexual degenerate who worships a demon? You know what I mean? Like, no one actually gives a fuck. You're just being disturbing for no real reason. There we go. All 400. Yeah, hell of a boss, has been hotel, that type of shit, yeah. Yeah, the leftists just own... Why do you think they were mad about Freerun? Which I still think is so retarded. Like, I'm not getting tricked. I'm not tricking myself into talking shit about Freerun again, because again, I feel like just like Spyro 3, I'm overhyping it, because I did enjoy, you know, half of Season 1. The other half I thought was just fine. You know, not bad. Let's go, man. Let's fucking go! They have guns! The pump action assault rifles. Spy, I don't know. Because they got to give you time to react, right? If they just open fire, then Spyro would be fucked. Yeah. Most players will not finish Crimson Desert. That is fact, but that doesn't make the game bad per se. Just, yeah, I don't even think it's bad. I honestly don't think it's bad at all. I do think it is a massive waste of potential. I already said this 10 times. If Dragon's Dogma had the budget of Crimson Desert, it'd be like a 10 out of 10. I mean, probably not, but I can dream. I can dream. Seriously though, like so many modern games waste budgets. Like, I love the Doritos. They shoot Doritos. The little triangle bullets. PS1 graphics are so soulful. Dorito bullets.
Thank you for releasing me.
That's soulless. Fuck you. You should have said something. You piece of shit. Oh shit. DSP for missing both those gem chests. Did I... Hold on. Did I actually walk past gem chests just now? I did. Maybe I was too thinking about other things. Whatever. We're gonna supercharge back that direction.
Be on the lookout for Nort Commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
Yep. In Dark Souls, you find cool weapons by exploring Crimson Desert. Every weapon basically has the same stance. Yeah, I liked it. Believe it or not, I did like the idea with the weapon augment system that, like, basically the unique properties of weapons could just be switched to other weapons. My problem is, most of the ones I got access to were very lame. You know what I mean? Like, they just weren't that interesting. That was the 2 chests that spit out gems. You flamed them both, then jumped and missed both of them. Oh, okay. Hold on. Lord Particle, thanks $5. I had a dream last night where Gandalf said, "May the Force be with you," then I woke up. Oh, okay. I feel like my dreams are never dreams like that. My dreams are... Yeah, I knew there was a life here, not that I needed it. Hold on, let me check the other side. I don't think there's one on this side. My dreams are either... I have, like, stereotypical anxiety dreams. You know, you think of, like, the type of stuff where it's like, oh my god, I'm naked in public. Except mine aren't that. They're usually more autistic than that. Sometimes I have dreams where I'm, like, some kind of power fantasy type of thing. Like, I'm a superhero or some, like, evil... Not evil, like an anti-hero vigilante. I'm actually never evil in my dreams. At least by my perspective. Oh shit. Oh. Ooh, I got too excited, chat. I got too excited. Hold on. Alright. The supercharge is too powerful. I'm getting downgraded to goo guns. Hurts my soul so much. How dare you ever glorify guns at any point, Judd? They're literally the bad guys. like, if they had to make them shoot fucking Nerf bullets, I wouldn't give a shit. They're guns. Why would you make them Splatoon goo? That's not even close to the same thing. You could make them fucking Nerf darts and it would at least be understandable. They turned it into something completely different. It was definitely political. Oh, did I actually miss some? Yeah, it's fuck. I was doing so well, and then right at the end of the game, we're missing gems. This level is not very long, so it shouldn't take that long. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. Mimics and traps is so underused in fantasy games. Kind of sad. Even Elden Ring had no mimics or Dark Souls 1 troll elevator. Well, it had the boulders, I guess. The boulders are kind of memorable. I like the boulders in Elden Ring, but I guess it's not exactly the same thing. Oh, I forgot. These levels are special. You have to exit out of the exit gate. Fuck. All right, well, let's speed run, boys. Speed run time. This is the only levels you actually have to leave the exit gate to unlock the next one. You can get through levels so fast if you're just ignoring everything. Oh shit, that was a perfect shot. Fuck. Alright. Toddler game, by the way. I mean, this game actually is for children, but again, like, I don't know. We don't. Do we even need to talk about the same shit that we talk about for the millionth fucking time that, you know, lefties will just spurg out? Oh, how dare you even show guns in the game for children? Oh boy. Everyone knows guns are cool. No amount of gay ass lefty cuckery will make guns not cool. Guns are cool. Here we go. No intro cutscene. He's just here. Gun nasty gun orc. He's trying to shoot me, chat. Chat, I don't want to be a crystal. I don't want to be a crystal, chat. Just put me in the crystal. Ah, fuck. I actually shot the fire ahead of him. That's fine. They actually did make the thieves a little harder in the remake, which is probably good because they're way too easy in this. That was actually a good change. 179. That's kind of a weird number. I'm not gonna worry about it till I think this is another one where you know you've gotten everything as long as it's a multiple of 25 at the end. I'll go back for that yellow one. Actually, I should have gotten it just now, because I'm gonna have to do another lap anyway. Oh shit, hold on. I'll just read these other ones real quick. Eli, thanks $5. Debin needs to finally take the bug pill and live in a 10 by 10 by 10 cube while consuming insect paste like our master Soros demands. Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. He hasn't tried it yet. How can he know if it's bad? Bad Space was thanks to the $2. Devin's voice was cured after visiting the D factory. Yeah, he just needed some. There's no way to not be gross. I mean, yeah, you're saying he had to lube up his throat with semen. I get it. I get it. I get the joke. I get it. That's funny. I get it. Hold on. I'll scroll that in a second. All right. Hold on. Let me pause this. Sandatsu Gaming, thanks to the $10. I was in Vietnam 2 weeks ago for a weekend trip. A Nigerian got caught trying to steal a local bike a couple blocks away, and the locals beat him down. We need that kind of response in the U.S. Yeah, I saw the Paul Joseph Watson clip of there's like some fat Italians who were attacking an African who was just starting shit for no reason. Yeah, hopefully people are waking up to this shit. There we go. That's it. It's that fucking simple. We did it. Spyro beaten for like the 30th fucking time.
Sorry I took so long. I kind of forgot about you.
What about Ganasty Ganork?
Nasty Nork is toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to pick up.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
And that's it. That's all the budget we had for cutscenes back then. Thank God. Let's go back to those times. You want to save the game industry? Cut all budget from cutscenes. The cutscene budget is $5. You got to make do with it. And games that improve overnight. Scheduled Sauce Man, thanks $2. We hope you add Jack X Racing to your list to stream. Yeah, I should. Because I've never beaten that game. I only played it a little bit because a friend had it. I never owned it. Max G, thanks to the 100 Australian. Feel free to tell me to F off, but Devin shouldn't go vegan. Fasting would be the way to go. I actually agree with you. Unless it's processed fast food slop, meat, especially steak, is the best things for you. That's why the globalist elites keep telling us it's bad. Hope your brother gets better. Yeah, my Devin, really? My brother, Devin, he was eating steak pretty regularly a while ago, back when he had the mold, but he hasn't done that in a while. Can you actually not skip this? Oh, thought you could. I agree with you. I don't think... He wasn't going to go vegan. He was still going to eat butter, you know? But he was going to do a vegetarian diet. There you go. Music by Stuart Copeland. What a legend. He should have did more game soundtracks. It's kind of brutal that he didn't. Because what was interesting... This is... I mean, I'm sure plenty of... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Clancy Brown did... he did a couple of the dragons in this. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. It was about Devin and the vegetarian shit, but... Yeah, I think he should fast. But he... Again, like, the problem with Devin is that he did try a lot of this stuff back when he had the mold, but he hasn't retried things since he got rid of the mold. You know, he doesn't have mold in him anymore. Now it's other weird health problems related to who the fuck knows. He's Mr. Glass is really the only way I can describe it. He just seems to get injured very easily and it doesn't heal. Ironically, it heals when he hurts a different part of himself. Wow, he's that way. I'm glad they didn't torture sheep to make the video game. Or am I? Maybe they should have tortured sheep.
Nasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Nasty's treasure hoard. But the gate will not open until you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
Oh, conveniently, I now have 100%. Let's go. Black Metal Gamer, thanks $2. Coming this fall on Fox. My Debin and My Nuggets. I was trying to think of a good pun for 2.5 Men that would fit the situation. I can't think of anything. It's a man, a cripple, and a nugget. I mean, what the fuck? What do you do with that? Yeah, so this is like the number goes up ADHD level because you get 1 billion treasures. You just rub your hands this whole mission. That's all you do. Hand rubbing time. The other gimmick is you use these, basically you can fly as high as the maximum height you've reached. So you use keys to unlock further height up in the level so you can fly higher. Two men and a Fuda and a pizza place. What the fuck? I miss old Spyro. Spyro didn't deserve to be dead as long as he was dead. I mean, I know Activision killed him, but still, like, they didn't have to do that. Why'd they do that? Skylanders being attached to Spyro's name probably didn't even fucking give them a single additional sale. You know what I mean? Like, I know the corpos are like, oh, dude, you can't just call it Skylanders. It's gotta have something to do with one of our shit properties. And they probably just flipped a coin, whether it was Crash or Spyro. And Spyro lost. Big sad. Oh, yeah, here we go. Everyone forgot Spyro's and Skylanders. I unfortunately own an ugly, disgusting Spyro figure, because I actually have one of the Skylanders games. I know. Is that any surprise? That's not surprising at all. For all of you know, I'm a consumer man-child deep down. But I do own Skylanders Trap Team and like 20 Skylanders. I'm pretty sure I've shown them on stream before. So I guess I could do like a Mega Man Baby stream. Though I think I might have lost the portal somehow. Or I threw it away. I don't fucking know. If I threw it away, I'm stupid, because I feel like that'd be a good, like, shit game stream. Maybe I could just buy the one after Trap Team, because I feel, aren't they all backwards compatible? I think so. I don't know which one's after that one. Who's the bigger Skylanders fan? Me, DSP, or the Irate Gamer? Does DSP have Skylanders figures? There's too many comparisons. There's too many. I'm not comfortable with this. Oh, it's just one yellow, because the point of this is just to unlock the maximum height. That's it. One yellow. One bug woman for chat. You have to share her, though. You all only get one yellow void. Good luck with it. My sense of humor is fried. Alright, here we go. Now you might notice, well, I never checked the totals screen because you don't have to. But if you did, we only got a little under half the treasure in the level. Because all of it is right here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god, my numbers. All my numbers, my money's everywhere. They turned this room into Reddit shit in the remake. It was pretty cringe. NGL. There we go. 2,000. 2,000. We did it, chat. True 100% achieved. Don't tell me.
Spyro the
Okay.
Dragon, you've defeated Ganasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of
I wonder why
treasure in the
Sparks is
Dragon
green
Kingdom.
in this
How do
cutscene.
you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Nasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Nasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
Not canon. Not canon. Didn't happen. Yeah, Elijah Wood voiced Spyro in the shit ones. Spyro New Beginning and the two after that I can't remember. Yeah, it's bizarre. Yay, stream win. Yeah, I know. I might have to abandon the Pride stream. The thing is, I have a lineup. I just don't know if I'll have time. I know you could say I could have done that stream today, but I've been tired all stream. My brain has been kind of fried and scattered. So I just played Spyro to de-stress from the moving, because it's been shit. It's been not good. What they do with the Reddit room, basically, from what I recall, he had a bunch of old school motivational posters. He had like a pile of letters, like fan letters, but I think they were like from his own minions or something. I don't exactly remember. You could probably look up a video. But yeah, they turned it into meme shit that doesn't fit in the game. It just looks weird. It feels like they wanted to have a developer room without having a developer room. You once said Legend of Spyro 1 was just mid, now you're saying it's just bad. What changed? I don't know. Mid and bad are the same to me. That's all that changed. How many times have I said... this is something I've consistently said over the years, that if it wasn't for YouTube, I would never play a game under a 7 out of 10 ever again, if I could avoid it. You know, like, if I get tricked into buying a game that's a 6 out of 10, that's fine, I guess. But I would never intentionally play a game below a 7 out of 10 for the rest of my life, right? Like, I think... You know, if I was being fair, Spyro New Beginning is a 4 at worst. Probably more like a 5. You know, it's probably like 5 out of 10, you know? So, yeah, it's not trash, but, like, why would I ever play 5 out of 10? You know, it's just that simple. I guess I'll save, though. I don't know. What's the point of saving? I don't know. I'm just doing it. There you go.